We're still fighting for this title, and he's got to go to Middlesbrough and get something. And I'll tell you, honestly, I will love it if we beat them. Love it.
Oh, he's got him.
Alright, here we go, mate. Cheers, brother. Oh, he's counting them out. Cheers, brother.
Sorry. Cheers, brother.
Cheers, mate. I can't reach you. Oh. Oh, man. Oh. Hey, Raggies. So we're just here on the anti-Joshua show right now. I think it's Lawrence Okoli, his name is. He's just stopped his opponent there. We've basically had to dive on because this card's moved a lot quicker than we thought. So basically, the whole point of tonight is we're just going to watch the main event, shoot the shit, and then because neither of us are about boxing experts. Before we start, before anybody has any critics, we're not boxing experts at all.
We just picked out. We're going to watch the fight and we're going to talk shit.
It's just like how we would if we had the lads up basically watching it. So we had to dive on because we thought the ring walk for Josh was meant to be 10 to 10, I think, but I think it might come a little bit earlier now. The reason why we didn't want to do the whole card anyway is because it would be like 2.5, 3 hours long of us just rumbling on, not knowing what we're talking about. So we thought a little bit of chat before the Joshua fight, watch the Joshua fight, a little bit of chat afterwards, and it's a nice quick episode to introduce you to what the sports specials are going to be like, and that's basically what the premise of the episode was meant to be.
Yeah, essentially it's just going to be us giving like our thoughts.
Yeah,
that's it.
Doing our Sambuca Sours, ready to go now anyway, so we'll see what happens. It looked like a bit of a soft knockdown, that, to be honest. I don't know who his opponent is, but he was defending his title, but these mandatory challenges come from everywhere, don't they?
So is he the challenger? The who's won?
No, he's a champion, that Lawrence Cole. He's from the UK. I'm sure he's from the same gym as Joshua. He's from London anyway. But they're just like, the mandatory challenges that are ranked like number 1 in WBC or WBO or something like that, but they're like, they've had 3 fights or something. I just sort this mic out.
Yeah, and the thing is with state of boxing.
Yeah.
Like we've spoke about this before, and we both feel like.
Well, that's why I don't really watch it anymore. We're doing this because I like the big events.
Yeah.
But as far as boxing goes, I'm trying to get. We're on Get's couch tonight because we had to change studios slightly. So I'm like, I don't know if any of you've ever seen the film Be Cool where Andre 3000 is trying to get comfy in the beanbag. He ends up shooting his gun off. Have you seen it? It makes me kink every time. Shoots his gun off, puts a window out. That's what I'm trying to do on this couch here, because gets like mic booms bigger than mine. Oi oi.
Oi oi.
That's what she said.
It's the name of the porno. It's the name of my porno, that.
Hey, yo.
I got that off. I get that off. Do you know what I get that off? Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, yeah.
He's always like, that's the name of your porno.
Well, we'd have to call you Banana Boom, Mo. Banana Boom. That's an inside joke.
Do you know what? Do you know what as well? Every time I say Greg, he's like, remember when we in your loft and we were with, it was me, you, Greg, Stacey, Lindsay. We were playing strip poker. He's like, and Geth got his banana cock out. I'm like, oh, you in the fucking Labour Club, Greg. Stop fucking telling everyone about my banana dick.
Oh, that's one of the reasons I absolutely love Greg to bits. Like, he's no filter on him, is there at all? Fucking brilliant.
Cracking lad.
There's absolutely no filter on him. Like, that's why I love him. Like, it's just whenever we bumped into him a couple of weeks back with my sister, and obviously, like, he loves my sister a bit, so like family. And she was with her boyfriend, and he's like, her boyfriend's a cracking lad as well.
He is.
And he's like, "What you doing, like? What's your intentions?" It's like he's like a 50s father. Do you know what I mean? Like, what's your intentions? He's absolutely smashed, by the way. So he's got like, there's no way he's got any sort of coherence about him. But you love him.
Do you know what it is as well? Every time, go in the Labour Club, and if he's sat there, like even I think it was that night we were on about the knife.
All right,
Crack.
yeah.
So before that, before we got the taxi down there, like Greg was out with his mates,
Yeah.
but he just came and sat with us, and he was like, "Geth, haven't seen you in a while, so I'm gonna come and talk to you."
Yeah.
And he was sat with us all like until we went,
Yeah.
and it was just like,
Mate, if I see him, he just jumps in the car, gives you a cuddle, says he loves you, and he's like, right, I've got to go.
aye,
I fucking got nothing but respect for that. Like,
yeah,
I love that. The thing is, a lot of people don't see that side of him because they just see like the kind of not aggressive. He's not an aggressive guy. He's actually the least aggressive person I've ever met.
He's the most passive person.
Yeah, he's almost too passive to be fair at times. By the way, talking about boxing, the man's a 2-time Four Nations champion, a European champion.
Unbelievable.
I think about 5 or 6 times British champion. Now he's a pro. He's a pro doing his thing. So yeah.
And he put a video on the other day when he was smashing the bag, and I was just thinking,
mate,
that bag must be fucking hurting.
I go down and use that same bag, right? And I thought I was it. Nah, I'm not it. Nah, like that man can dig. So I tell you now, right? His dad used to work on the door down a pub in our local area, the Catholic Club.
Yeah.
And one night we were out. Obviously, we had a few drinks. We're only about 13, 14. I mean, he was built like a bloke back then. Yeah. Anyway, but we went to see his dad. Yeah, I think he wanted some money or something. Just like, go and get a couple of quid off my dad. As we're walking out, there's this bloke walks in the Catholic Club car park, and he's like, "Got 2 blokes," and he says something to Greg like, me and Greg says like, isn't it past your bedtime or something like that? And Greg doesn't say it now, but I'm mouthy. Like I said last week, like I can't shut my mouth, but I can't back it up. So I just said something, and he just went, "You what, you little fucker?" I just said it again, thinking because I was fast. So I had a mouth, but I was fast.
Can run.
Yeah, I can run. And he just come walking towards us, and before I knew anything, Greg just gave him a body shot, right? From hell, right? Like a GR, what's he called? Jim Ross would say,
GR. Body
body shot from hell, right to the solar plexus. And just drop him, and he was like, couldn't breathe. He's like, like that. And I was just like, and the other bloke looked at me, and I looked at him, and he must have thought, why, he might give us the same. So he just went,
fuck that.
Come on, man, lads. Now we're only on a night out. And I went, aye, you best believe it and all. Like, giving him a proper mouth.
The thing is as well, though,
but he just like walks off, and he's like, nobody speaks to my mates like that. I was like,
aye.
Fucking hell, fair play, like.
Do you know what?
Man's an
You always say to me, every time I say him, he's like, I'll back you up no matter what.
Aye.
And I'm like, oh man, do you know what? I totally appreciate it.
If there was more people
But
with that sort of like loyalty and values as him, this town would be a fucking much better place.
When you see him as well,
so
he'll take you to the side as well. Like, in sometimes he say, "Mate, I'm sorry if I'm doing your head in." I'm like, "Oh,
he says that to me all the time.
I love
it
all the time, right?" And I'm like, "Oh, Greg," I'm like, "You're not doing me head in." I'm like.
I'd leave if I wanted to. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If I know that I could say to him like, "Oh mate, like tone it down."
Yeah.
If he was doing me head in, but you know what it is? I actually fucking love the fact that he just comes over and he's like, just talks about the fucking old days.
It's like you've never never been away from it. It's
and
just
like
back
obviously
to square one.
We've all like sort of grew apart like a little bit.
Yeah.
But like not enough where you would be like, oh.
Like, I always tell him every time, like, you've always got to seat at my table, in the house. Definitely, like 100%.
And I would like to think that obviously it goes like a little bit deeper, like, which I wouldn't get into over the podcast.
Yeah.
But like for me and him, like we've shared a couple of like special bonds.
Yeah.
Which he always says, he's like, I'll never forget what you did for us.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's like, and I would like, I love him.
Yeah.
He's a fucking mint lad.
Well, that night we bumped into him with his sister, and I know for some people might be thinking, well, they're just talking about this lad we don't know or something like that. Most people we know will know Greg 100% and agree with us 100% as well.
Yeah.
But for those you don't know, you always have that kind of that friend who, you know, no matter what, no matter how far you go or where you leave, he's always got your back.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
It's like when you speak to him, it's like as if you've never left.
Yeah,
It's a weird thing to say,
that night we bumped into when I was with my sister and that. We were on our way back from the night out, and he was looking for his cousin, and he's just like, I'll find him. Don't worry. Oh, you come with me? I was like, all right. Went downstairs. It was about 2:00 in the morning. Cracks open the body. He's like, right. So he's sat there. He's parrots because he's got a parrot and Dougie.
Mate,
Shout
he
out
was
Dougie.
showing us last week. He was like, oh, saying this, it's my new bird. And I was like, so he went, do you want to see my bird? And I was like, I'm sat there
Is she
thinking,
sleep upstairs or something?
I'm like, oh, must be a fucking nice looking lass because he's going to show us who it is. And then he fucking goes, oh, it's me parrot. I'm like, I said, you are fucking mad, you. Like,
He says, it's just me and Dougie now. I said, gets him out and that.
got him on his shoulder and everything, taking
he's
selfies,
like a
and I'm
fucking
like,
pirate.
you fucking off at you.
Pete the pirate. But we sat there, we talked for hours, right? And I got the point, I was like, fuck no, like I've got the kids tomorrow, do you know what I mean? It's like, it's not like a session, this was like just a deep conversation for hours. And then I says, right, I've got to go, Greg.
But the thing is, you were always close with him.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
honestly, he's like a brother to me, man. And do you know what? I should tell him more. It's something probably is one of the regrets in my life that I didn't tell him how much he meant to us throughout the years. And let him know I was there if you ever needed anything, kind of thing. Your life goes on, but then you realise, shit.
Yeah.
I had that spare 10 minutes there to send a text, stay in touch, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm terrible at staying in touch, by the way. It's just
It's the same with me. It's like, obviously, it was, when it was my granddad's funeral on Thursday, and seeing all like my family from my mum's side, and when I was speaking to them and that, and I was like, obviously we were all talking that, and like some things got said, not bad things, but
just bringing up the shit.
It was
basically.
it was like things that I thought was like, in my head, it was the reason why I'd stayed away from that side of the family.
And you realise,
and they were all like, we miss you so much, like, and it made us realise, and I was like,
so this, right, sorry to interrupt you, but this happens too much.
Yeah.
There's this, I can't remember what song it was, right, but it's a song about this bloke, and he hasn't spoken to his mate in forever because of an argument they had, and one of them tried to ring the other or something, he hung up, but he thought he hung up, so they didn't speak for years. Because they both thought they hung up on each other. A pride thing, like, oh, I'm not speaking to him, he hung
it
up
is
on
a
us.
pride thing. Aye.
And then you realise, years later, like, I've basically been without this person who I love in my life for a decade or whatever. Hey, that was, do you have the scene there? What's twins boxing?
Jordan Williams.
That was Jordan Williams there.
Was he at the front,
He must
was
be
he?
right at where the Joshua walkout is. I'm sure. If that was you, give us a message and I'll confirm it next week. But I'm sure it was.
it?
Yeah. Sorry, what was I saying? So you don't speak about someone for ages, right? And then you actually get back in contact and you think, fucking hell, we've wasted a decade not talking to each other. Look, just talk to the person, find out the real crack. And if it still doesn't work, it still doesn't work. But don't stay silent and just not talk to each other because of a pride thing. This pride shit's got to go, like being too proud to speak to someone.
I regret. I even said, I was like, I do regret, like, because after I thought they weren't bothering with me, and I was like, well, it was kind of like, well, fuck yous.
But they're like, he's not bothering us.
But then when we all spoke about it, and you realise, like, oh my god, like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
Like, you should.
That's maturity and growing up.
Yeah.
And it goes back to the very first episode where I said, I don't think you're a real adult until you're in your late 20s.
Aye.
Because I think you've got too much going on, too many hormones, too much growth, and you haven't experienced enough to realise what your mistakes are.
Like that side of my family, I haven't spoke that side of them, like, for a long time. Like, I've been like very distant with that side of the family.
Yeah.
And like growing up with them was so close, you know.
Yeah.
Like really close. And when I spoke to them and it was just kind of made us realise like you need to make more of an effort. Like,
Well, this
but the effort, the thing is, as well, the effort, like,
it's got to
we
come
both
both
said,
sides. Yeah, yeah.
we
it's gotta
all
come
said,
both
we're like,
ways,
the
yeah.
effort goes both ways.
Yeah,
And I think a lot of the time when you fall out with family and stuff like that, I feel like it's always, well, they don't bother with me.
yeah.
But in the same sense, if you take back and look what you've been doing, have you made the effort?
Yeah,
And then I've always been like, because, like, for those who don't know, for the podcast, like, I don't, me and my mum just don't, like, have a relationship.
So I was gonna.
I
didn't want to bring it up without
yeah.
asking you, and I hadn't previously
Yeah,
asked you if you ever wanted to speak.
I don't
about
want
it,
to,
so
like, obviously,
we'll not go into the
not
depths.
go into
Yeah.
into the depths, but like, we don't have a relationship, and that's it. So obviously, I feel like I've punished that side of the family because I don't.
Yeah,
I've felt like
yeah, I get you.
if I might be wrong by saying this, but like I said to them the other day, I feel like it's not about taking sides, but I felt like because I didn't have a relationship with her, that they didn't try and bother with us too much, which could be wrong.
But could they have felt like mega awkward because not awkward because that should not be a way that you don't speak to someone, but. It's a very strange situation, now, isn't it?
It's the same with me because I wasn't bothering with them because of that. So it was a case of like, and when I seen them all, and like, and my cousins like, I haven't seen for years, and they're like, we really miss you.
That's such a shame.
And I was like,
well, but no,
it's like someone grips on your heart, and like grabs hold of it and goes, like.
But mate, you're 30.
Yeah.
You've got a lot of time left. You've got to make it count from now on, and that's the difference. And if there'll be definitely people out there listening who may be sitting in the same situation, who haven't supported family in a while, right? And they might be might totally disagree with us and say, no, like my family have had multiple chances and they're not pulling up their end of the bargain. Fair enough. Keep making the effort, and you keep making the effort to the point where you're worn out, and then that's when you like, go. Always make sure you leave that relationship knowing you did everything you can to try and fix it, and then you leave with a clear conscience, and then you're free and clear. That person doesn't deserve your time after that, because some people just need a bit of breaking down or that extra effort. They're going through shit, and that's the problem we don't realise until you're older, is everybody's got their shit. We've spoke about this before. Everybody on the streets going through. We're a broken society. Everybody walking down every high street in every city in every country has got their shit going on behind the scenes.
Never ever judge anybody.
Nah,
because
exactly.
Like, you might think like you might walk past someone, right, and they might bump into you, and you might think, what a fucking arsehole. But that person, you don't know. They could have just been walking along from
losing the job,
or losing the marriage, or losing anything.
Yeah.
And you don't know. And you, like, if they bump into you, and they don't say sorry, and they've got the head down, and you go, fucking wanker.
Aye.
Which we're all guilty of.
Yeah. Oh,
we're all guilty of. We all do it. But don't judge that person, because that person there could be going through so much shit that they could be at breaking point. And
you don't know where
you, and if you go, you fucking wanker, that could be their breaking point.
So you don't, just the same way you don't know where they're coming from or what situation they're coming from. You don't know what situation they're on the way to.
Exactly.
They might be on their way, and I can't remember. So the Golden Gate Bridge guy, right? He was what was he? He was the only man to ever be saved in the Golden Gate Bridge. I'll have to research it a little bit, because this is coming off the top of the head here. But there was a copper, San Francisco copper, who saved this bloke, right? And he did an interview later and said that he was on his way to kill himself on the Golden Gate Bridge, because it's quite a famous spot to throw yourself off. And there was a tourist couple who asked him to take a photo of them, and he said he was like so happy that he did it. So he took a photo, right? But if they'd have asked him if he was okay, if they'd have just said, "Are you okay, mate?" He even said he was like, "I would have spilt my heart to these two people, right? Even though I didn't know them." He was just like, I was wanting somebody to ask us what was wrong, and because they said thank you, he says there's nothing on them. This is not their fault at all. They were just like every other human in the world, right? He said they got the photo taken. They said thank you. They said where you from, and he was like, yeah, I'm from here.
Yeah.
Blah blah. And then that was the conversation. But then it was like, I still haven't got it off my chest. So he went to try and throw himself off.
Like shit.
I think he might be the only person who's ever survived jumping off. That might be the one. He's like the only person for something. And he went and did it anyway. He said, and so that person who bumps into you might be bumping into you. You never know. He might be bumping into you to get that attention.
Yeah,
so you turn around and goes, "There's something wrong with you, mate." And then he goes on. He says, "Actually, yes.
Yeah.
Everything's wrong with us. I'm on my way to do something silly." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you'd have just said, as someone rather than you ignorant arsehole, look, and then you turn to your missus or whatever, or your mate, and you say, like, "Oh, fucking hate it around here. They're all full of arseholes." Dealing with the shit, man. Like,
yeah. Everyone's dealing with shit.
Look, I've been in situations where, because especially recently, I've spoke to you about this before, with a family now, like a decent sized family, that there's struggles that come with that.
Yeah.
And in our area, it's about keeping up appearances, isn't it? Now, I've had enough of that now for me, so I'm not bothered anymore. I'll let people know I'm struggling, right? And it's that
now
kind
when we spoke about down the Labour Club.
Yeah, I had a good conversation with you about it, didn't I?
And I was like,
it's probably the first time I've ever spoke to anybody about. To be honest,
stuff like that's the first time you've like properly opened up to me. Like, I've always, because you're a closed book.
Aye.
You keep your cards close to your chest.
Or at least it looks like I'm dealing with shit on a level.
Like for me, I'm a heart on my sleeve type of person.
Yeah.
So if I've got a problem,
people are getting that from the podcast as well, by the way, which is good because that's exactly why we compliment each other so well. Yeah, I think.
And I'll say something, but then obviously when me and you spoke down the Labour, and you were like, and I could say all day.
Yeah.
A few people you were getting frustrated. A few people you were getting irritable over the smallest things. Yeah. And when I said to you, I was like, "You all right?"
But most people would say he's acting like a bit of a dick.
Aye,
that's not it.
Case.
I just thought it was a shit day, like a shit week after following a shit month. And if you know us closely, obviously you know us. So the funny thing is, I actually had the conversation with my boss down at work.
Aye.
Because I said, "Look, I'm dealing with some shit, so like you might see some behaviour that's not normally like me, kind of thing, because I've just got so much going on at the minute."
Yeah.
And it was the first time because I've always been like not head of the family, not mafia and all like that, but like,
hey, he's come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding.
But I'm a dad of two girls, right? So I've got
and that's stressful enough.
Yeah, there's me and three girls in my family. You do feel like you are the kind of, and this is again like maybe it's not toxic masculinity, but it's just the way we're ingrained. Like I feel like I should be the one who's sorting things out, doing this, do that, and I was doing too much, to be fair, and probably taking on the shit. But at the same time, I still like to help people. So if somebody would come and ask us for help, I would give up time that I actually needed for myself, just to keep like saying like, yeah, I'm not going to let somebody else down.
You've got to be selfish sometimes.
Yeah, and that's something I have learned. There is days, and that's what happened recently. I said to you that night, I don't even like coming out more. I'm going to distance myself a little bit, and I have. Yeah, you're right. You do have to be a little bit selfish. You do,
mate, 100%. Because how can you help others if you're not right yourself?
So, right, who said that to you?
Was it you?
Can you remember in the Smoking area?
Yeah, years ago.
Right.
When that was... Yeah,
you did. We won't say who you were trying to help at the time, but you...
Yeah, I know now.
You've taken someone not into your wing, but just making sure they're all right all the time. And we hadn't seen you in a couple of weeks or something. I don't know why, because you'd been with them so much. This is when you were living down the flat.
Yeah.
And our group of friends...
No, it was when I was on the house.
Yeah, it was.
It was when you'd came back.
I was in America. I
You were in
came back for
America and you
Christmas.
came
yeah.
back.
Yeah.
And we were out,
Yeah.
and you said to me, "You're trying to look after all these people, but how can you do that?"
When you still not fixed
Oh,
yourself
mate, I
properly.
can't believe you just said that.
Yeah. You've just repeated
And now
exactly
I've
the
just-
same thing I said to you. And
Oh,
to
mate,
be honest,
that's mad as fuck.
and that's how hard it is because I'm
I
basically
totally forgot about
taking
that.
I'm not even taking my own advice. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I remember that conversation vivid.
100
Right?
Now that you say that,
Yeah. Because I left
that
after that.
conversation,
Yeah.
I know because I'll tell you, I've spoke to Naf and all that about
Yeah.
it. And I said, Kyle was like, this. And it made us think like,
You're doing too much.
yeah, I'm trying to help people, but obviously at the time I wasn't right in the head myself. So if you, I can't, mate. As if
Yeah, no.
I can't believe you, mate. As soon as you said that, there, I was like, "What the fuck?" I was.
But that's it.
But if you trying to help somebody else,
But that's the same thing. Like our friends have all got their shit going on, and I'll still, if they text us, mate, it 100%, it's in the same 20 minutes to getting a reply, right?
yeah,
If I see it, as long as I'm not like, as long as I can see my phone. But at the same time, I'm like helping through shit, and I'm not advice, but like they're just asking me opinion. I'm giving me opinion on advice and stuff like that. When, do you know what? I need their opinion on what's going on in my fucking life. Do you know what I mean? Like,
do you ever feel like? So I always feel like I give the best advice, but I don't like
act on it. Well,
I don't do it myself.
so case in point, what we just said there.
Aye.
I give you that advice, which is actually good advice, and then I went and didn't listen to it myself. I went and just still, because that's a natural human instinct. You, at least, not to get like male female here, but it's a natural male instinct, I think, to make sure you're like not the leader of the tribe, but like
Making sure your
making sure your pack's sorted before
like,
you're sorted. That's what that's like, kind of what the leader of the pack
your
does.
pack, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Like, your mate to your fucking
They are
your bread and butter,
Yeah.
and as long as they're fine, you feel like
Yeah.
you're fine.
But that's even their family. Like our friends now. If there was any trouble with their immediate family and their kids now, I'll be there down the next year. Even if, and that's the problem. Sometimes I even at the detriment of my own kids who I know are fine, so I'll leave. But they just need me for that hour.
Yeah,
It's you've got to find that balance between are you right? Are
It's the
you in the right place to help?
aye.
Yeah.
It's a big.
Because help's a big thing, you know. Like, providing help is such a big thing that it's not as simple as just drop tools, go and help them. You need your whole mindset there to be able to help that person properly, and you'll do it better if your mind's in the right place, I think.
I feel like since I sorted my head out, like I give a lot, like.
You can speak to people better.
I can speak to people about I feel like when people come up to us and that, and they're like, "Oh, what do you think about this? What do you think about that?" And I'm like, I feel like I feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
It's a more comfort. I feel like I'm comforting them more
Yeah.
because if I offer them advice and I'm not feeling great myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and they take that advice. That advice could be like emotional.
Yeah.
It could be emotional bound. My advice could be like what I think emotionally, but it's not a right thing.
You're using your own kind of experiences to dictate their life when it should be tailored towards that person's actual experiences. Yeah. And that's probably one of the things that comes in with being a professional at this sort of stuff. It's not the case of just giving your own experience, is it? You've got to get into the mind of the person you're talking to, not just give your own experience.
Yeah,
it's not a bad thing giving your own experience and saying this is how I dealt with it, but that person's an individual. They might deal with it totally different.
If you like, I know like a lot of people who I would give my advice to them, but I know that wouldn't work for them.
Yeah,
it's I feel like, you know, if someone says their problems to you, right, and then if you're a listener, right, what you'll do is you'll relate in your head, but if you start talking about your problems to them when they're trying to tell you their problems,
you don't listen. You talk.
Don't listen.
Right.
You telling them your problems without you even realising.
Yeah. So I had to cut out a bit the other week where I shouted out Mike O'Hara, a guy who I used to work with, who's got his own podcast, The Happy Employee. But I did a mental first aid course with him, and that was the big thing. It was like when you try and push your experiences on someone and how you dealt with it, you're no longer listening. You're now on
Now
transmit.
you're
You're talking about yourself, and it's not what they need. What they need is somebody to sit and listen to them, and sometimes just say, yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
yeah.
If you
Engage with their eyes and just
you verbally make them sure that you're aware of
Yeah.
what they're saying.
Mm-hmm.
And
like you care, like you
Yeah.
actually care about what they're actually saying,
and
not just like
it's
care
not
about
just
yourself.
like making out as if you care. Like
Yeah, like genuinely care.
You actually do.
And if you don't genuinely care, then what you've got to do is point them in the right direction of somebody who does genuinely care and can help them,
Yeah.
not just listen on a whim and then go back to your fucking beer, right? And then be like, "Yep, I've helped them.
That's
it's all
it.
right. Well,
Aye.
look at me. I've fucking done my daily Samaritan's work there." And this is again something that happens with age, because obviously our group of friends has been a few people who haven't had the right person to go and talk to, and it's gone the wrong way, because people probably didn't listen. They just give like, "Oh, you'll be all right, man. I was all right at that age, man." Or you're only going through some shit. It's only a breakup. Like I've been through many a breakup. Yeah, but you might be stronger mentally than that person,
Yeah.
or you might not have had previous issues that have compounded that stress bucket that I talked about. Like their stress bucket might be full. Yours is empty.
The more fills,
Yeah. Well, the thing is, right, it's like weight.
you're
So
gonna explode on you.
to go back to the gym, right, if you're deadlifting, right?
He loves the deadlift.
I love
by the
it.
way.
I love a deadlift. If you're deadlifting, what you warm up with, you can add 10k to each side or 20k to each side easily and still go. If you're at your 1 rep max and you add 0.5 kilos to either side,
Gonna
it can
fuck
snap
it
you
up.
back.
Aye.
And that's exactly what mental health's like. Once that bar gets loaded up, that 0.5 kilo, somebody calling you a fucking wanker in the town centre because you bumped into them by
you bumped
accident,
into them,
and
yeah.
you just don't have it in you to say sorry because you just don't want to conversate.
Because you don't like that. It's just, yeah. You
That's the 1.5k that snaps you back, and then snaps you back, ruins you. Same as mental health,
know,
it'll
kill-
ruin you.
it
It can either kill you, but not just kill you. It can send you into stuff like psychosis and stuff, which I don't know enough
Yeah.
about to talk about. But I've heard stories, and there was a drama on ITV, and I'll put the link in the bio for this episode because it's a good episode to watch about a woman whose husband started cheating on her. They had kids and stuff, like really young kids, and she was struggling anyway. It built up, and she ends up killing her kids.
Right.
Like the first scene, so it's not a spoiler because the first scene
Oh,
is when she kills her
okay.
kids. But it's the story of how everybody thinks she's a murderer, right? Like, oh, she's psycho. She's sick. How could she kill her kids? And you get to the point where she built up and she's delusional by the end. She's seeing hallucinations. She's so bad. Her mental health is so bad. And she hasn't slept in days upon
What's it
days
called?
upon days. I'll have to text Laura because we really got into it.
Yeah.
And that's because of like what I was speaking about
Yeah.
before, and that's what we watched it, right? And I looked across, and it's actually going to make us tear up a little bit because at
You
the time
told
it was
me about this.
Yeah,
you told me about
it
this.
was
yeah.
ongoing in our house, and I looked across, and
That's when you decided that
that's
you
when I
were
was
going to
like,
take a
right,
break.
yeah. I was
Yeah.
like, right, I'm coming out of my current job. I'm moving up home. We're going to sort this shit out. We're going to get everybody, the family sorted, kind of thing. It's not, things aren't right because I seen how serious it could get, and it might be just a shitty drama. No, well, it's not a shitty drama. I think it's brilliant, but that drama
Makes you
basically made.
realise.
I looked across and I could see how. So she probably wouldn't mind us telling you this actually, but she was crying her eyes out at the end, and I was like saddened by it. But I looked at her reaction and I was like, "Fuck."
Well, that's when
This is what's
you
going
said
on.
to me. You said that. I remember you saying to me. I looked across at my wife,
Yeah.
and that's when I realised,
Shit needs to change.
like, what's going on in
I'm
our
not doing
lives.
enough.
Yeah.
I realised I was probably downplaying it a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Just that kind of. You're
But
tired.
the
You've got
fact
two
that,
kids.
but
You're
the fact
tired.
that you
Why is it
realise that. Oh fuck no.
Oh no, it's the previous fight. Sorry.
But the thing is, the fact that you realise that and then you took action.
Yeah.
Because you did straight away, didn't you?
Oh, well, went to work the next day. I says, look, I need to take a sabbatical or a career break or whatever it is. I need to get Laura and the kids settled in a place where she's got support when I'm not there, because I am at work away all the time. I don't ever want to leave her where she's got no one again.
And the thing is, you realise that, and you straight away. I remember.
Yeah.
Obviously,
right?
I know it's upsetting.
Well,
it's upsetting.
It was either leave that career or get posted, come closer to home, anything like that. And this is what I was saying. I spoke to my boss at the time. I said, "This is a crack," and he was like,
as well, what you said.
Props to him, because he helped us a lot. So,
because what you said about Laura,
yeah,
you were like, she's like the rock.
Yeah.
You were like, I look about now and like, what the fuck would I do without that woman?
Yeah. Oh, like, mate, 100%. Like, the thing is, I take it for granted a lot of times, right? Oh, I did, especially when in our younger years, when we were initially coming up. I didn't really. You don't realise those qualities, and then you have kids, and you're like, Jesus, like this one was built for this life, and she doesn't think she is. She might like panic sometimes that she's not doing the right job or anything. But I'm telling you now, like, she was built for this. She's just, but like every man probably does.
She's motherhood.
But the thing is, even back in that home, because everything's rosy when we go to christenings and we see everybody and like, the kids are behaving fine or whatever. You don't see behind the scenes. Yeah, you don't see behind the scenes. But even still, like, man, the shit she's done. I mean, I was away for 4.5 months when Annabella was, I think she was 4 months old. I got sent away for 4.5 months. She learned to walk, crawl, walk, start to talk while I was away. I come back to this beautiful little girl, and that was only because of her. She was on her own in America with a little girl, a new mum. That's my southern bit coming in there.
Oh, mate.
Shit. Or mama. Like,
mama.
My mama. But the way them girls are, mate, is credit to her. And she doesn't see that, because she only sees like the bad, like the kids crying and stuff, because she doesn't see what I'm looking at when I'm away and I come back, these little steps. And I come out and they're like beautiful little girls, and I'm like, Jesus, like, this is not me doing this.
I bet the thing is as well, I bet you look at Laura after that, and you go, wow, like,
I've said it before.
I bet you find yourself, and this, I don't mean this to sound like in a bad way, but like, I bet you find yourself more attracted. Because look, she's nurtured your children, and like, made them into beautiful little babies. Babies, well, not babies, but beautiful little children.
Callie still is a baby, like, so yeah.
And I bet that makes you look at her and go, wow.
It was something I was saying before. I was like, with going out with the lads and stuff, and going out, having a drink and stuff after football, when we were just like boyfriend and girlfriend, and we just got a house and stuff, I wasn't a great boyfriend with that. I was like, I'd go missing, or like the lads do when you're in your early 20s, right? You do, and it's not good. It's honestly, it's not good behaviour. I'm definitely not condoning it at all. But then we got married.
You've got to have that learning curve, though.
Yeah, we do, and then you realise something happens, and it's like, boom, right? Shit, what have I been doing this past couple of years? I've been in the wrong for a long time, and I didn't realise it until now. And then it was something like, it was Naff said to us, like, people don't change. I was like, I guarantee you, people can change if they work hard enough at it. And the best thing was going to America. I worked fucking hard on myself to make sure, and then we ended up having kids, which had been a problem for years, which was part of the problem. Really, it was like a compounding problem.
Yeah, I didn't want to.
Yeah, exactly. Same as with your mum. Yeah, we won't go into the nitty gritty, but we ended up having kids through the help of like the healthcare system out there, and then it was like, boom, and I was like, right, this is exactly what she was made for. Like, any misgivings we had in our relationship previously, it doesn't matter. That's it. That's it now. This is what we are. This is, and like you say, now I see her, I don't ever think I'll feel like another woman about, like I feel like about her, basically. So it does happen. It does happen that kind of. So going back to the documentary I was on about, is you see there'll be a lot of people who are feeling like that, and they just need to make that quick change. And if there's like fellas looking at the lass now and thinking, well, she's struggling a little bit, just do something before it's too late. Or even if a lass is looking at a lad and they realise their fella's taking on too much debt or taking on too much work, taking on too much responsibility.
Responsibility, I think responsibilities are it's the key word.
Yeah, either side of the relationship needs to look at that and go, right, just ease off here.
Let's have a look, both of us.
Yeah, let's sit down and see how we can better the
I
situation.
think as well, a lot of the time is because people don't talk.
Well, yeah, 100%.
Communication is the most important thing ever, and this is me saying as a single person, right? But like from past relationships, communication is the most important thing.
Round here, where we live, and it's probably the same for most places, but if you've got an issue with your missus or issue with your fella or both together, fella on fella, it doesn't matter. But if you've got an issue with your partner, sorry, that's what I'm looking for.
Partner.
And you're arguing in the house on a Friday, what happens?
You go, I'm gone
out, right? You drink, you come home with that issue now compounded because you've made a sport of people who are giving you bad advice, who are also intoxicated. You come back full of hell, full of drink. You have this big fight, say things you don't mean, and said, if you just went to the shop, thought about it for a second while you're in the queue, and then come back, spoke about it, you probably could have both went out and had a really good night. Or stayed in and had a really good night.
Just enjoyed each other's company.
That's every Friday, but then you make up on Monday and then you live Monday to Friday like a happy family, and then you go out Friday and Saturday and it ruins it all again, and then you make up on Sunday, get a takeaway, and then it's Monday to Friday again. That is toxic. It's a toxic relationship that you should look forward to the weekend to spend time, and this is only, again, this has come back recently. It's something I'm starting to fall to, I can't wait for tomorrow evening we've got a night family to stay in with me, Laura, and the kids, and I'm proper buzzing for it. I can't wait. I'm on a course Monday, so I'm off Monday. Like, I'm not driving back down Sunday night, basically.
Oh, you're not?
No. And I can't wait to not drive back on a Sunday. I can just get some scran and chill. Just not driving back on a Sunday means we can actually like enjoy the night together. I know we went way off course there, but that was because they were stalling for Joshua's walkout. Like I said, it was going to be 10 to 10, and now Usyk's about to walk out now, or Usyk, however you say it. So we'll get back to the boxing a little bit, and we'll revisit it after the boxing. If I think people have started to like this content a little bit, especially like the stories from our past and stuff. And like we're just talking about offline a little bit about like Philly Hickman. Shout out, mate. I know he messages both of us all the time, like, or at least comments all the time saying like he's loving the content and stuff. And we honestly, man, that like there's other people from like down south,
because we've always been mates with Philly.
Yeah,
always been mates with Philly, but not best mates.
We don't speak every day.
Yeah, kind of thing, it's like when I say Philly, if I see him in like Lodge or Vibe or whatever, and I speak to him and I'm like, come here,
like, give him a big cuddle
and
you have a drink together, but then you forget about the next day a little bit, don't you? You just like go on with your life.
He was like, mate, fucking mint. He even said, he was like, you're gonna go places if you keep doing that.
I appreciate that. Nice words.
You appreciate like the fucking lovely words from people.
100%.
Because we've had, like, to be honest, mate, apart from like the first one with the only negative people like to say it was about the audio.
Yeah.
Which we knew about.
Yeah.
And then the second one came out, and we thought that the second one
wasn't as good.
We didn't think that was going to be as good.
Yeah.
And like, there's a lot of fucking people who said to me, they're like, I preferred the second one. Like, they like the crack. They like the crack. Like, and it makes you feel like
there's a reason for doing this now.
You're doing the right thing.
We made the right decision in actually getting this off the ground and getting going with it. And honestly, I echo that. I mean, I was saying to Neza, one of our other friends, I was saying, he was like, it's doing all right now. I says, to be honest, mate, when we started this, or at least we were saying to each other, if we get 2 listeners or 1 listener who really enjoys it, we'll keep doing it. And the listeners we've got is well beyond that, and so I
Yeah.
can't thank you enough for the Ukrainian national anthems on now. Like, I'm not-
Do you think
Predictions
what
now.
do you think?
Predictions
What do you
now.
think?
So I think Usyk is a boxer. He's a very good boxer,
Uh-huh.
but he wasn't a big puncher at cruiserweight. So he's not knocking people out. Oh, there's Klitschko.
Oh yeah.
He's not knocking people out, especially at heavyweight. So he's got to fight 12 clean, flawless rounds. Whereas again, like the Wilder Fury argument, Joshua needs one slip of the mentality, bang, and Usyk's down. Because nobody punches like Joshua. I think Joshua and Wilder are on par. Wilder's more of a swinger puncher,
Yeah.
whereas Joshua's a clean, right, straight, bang, snap your jaw.
It's like it's the technique, isn't it?
Yeah.
I feel like when he punches, I feel like the technique
It's a piston.
is boom.
It's a piston, isn't it? It just pushes out so fast and so hard. But at the same time, we've seen Joshua's footwork questioned at times. His head movement. He got caught. If somebody comes at him, he panics a little bit. And I've heard rumours that he's been knocked out during sparring again.
Has he?
Right, he was knocked out during sparring in the lead up to the Ruiz fight. So I don't know who's in his camp letting him get knocked out constantly in sparring. I was saying this to City down the gym earlier. But I'm going to go with Joshua. I'll always take the big puncher because they need 1 second, whereas the boxer needs 12 clean rounds in the heavyweight division.
Yeah.
It's different when you get down to like the middleweight and the welterweight and stuff like that. But the heavyweight division, one clean punch and Usyk's night's
you're
over.
gone, aye.
What are you going for?
I'm gonna say 7th, Joshua.
7th Joshua.
Joshua 7th.
I think it's going to be middle
to be
late
honest,
rounds, so
Yeah.
7th, 8th, 9th. Joshua knockout. I think first 2-3 rounds. First round might be a bit of a flurry, or second round might be a bit of a flurry where something happens. But it's going to calm down. They're going to settle into a rhythm of jab, jab, punch, jab, jab, punch. Usyk's footwork's going to come into play. Joshua's not going to have a lot of success, and then Usyk's going to make a mistake in the 7th, 8th, 9th, and it's night.
Aye. To be honest.
But again, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So
like we say, we are just. I haven't got a clue about boxing. To be honest,
two lads.
We're
I'm
just
like
two lads who just talking absolute
Yeah.
shit, basically.
two lads I'm best mates with in the RAF, right? Donald and Banksy. I've been on deployment with them like tons of times, and there was a Joshua fight on while we were away on deployment, and Joshua won. And I'm a big Joshua fan, so like how I am with McGregor.
With McGregor.
Probably a bit of a dick rider.
Do you like McGregor?
Right. So he was like, boxing's rigged. And we had he's one of my best mates, right? But still like a real argument in our room about it. And he was like,
An argument? Are you joking me?
Oh, here we go. Yes, we had a
Right.
we had a discussion, okay?
No, they had a full-blown argument. And I can guarantee you now, Kyle was sat there going, well, nah. And he would argue his point.
So nobody else can hear it.
Oh, man.
But yeah.
Raheem Sterling, by the way.
He's shit.
That's it.
He's shit. Raheem Sterling. I don't care what anybody says. But I would argue
Neil Hartley, shout out.
Yeah. Lillian Thuram, France 98. Yorker Hidja. What was it? Yuri Joker.
Oh my god.
How we ended up in that argument.
Aye. How we ended up going from
So this was
Sterling
after the semi-final. When we won the semi-final, we came back to yours and we're in the kitchen, and it was again another hint of this. We need to start recording this shit, right?
Yeah.
But we got into this argument. Even Geth lost his shit with us right in the end, which Geth will never lose his shit, and he was like, "I've had enough. But we're arguing about something, and then we end up in arguing about the '98 World Cup final and the France team that they had.
How the fuck did we end up?
That's how mad it goes, a conversation when you're drunk.
Yeah. Because the conversation will go one thing, and then it's like what your page said on the review.
Yeah, it's two people stood at the back of a party.
This podcast is literally for people who stood at the back of the party talking fucking shit.
Yeah.
And that is literally exactly what we will do.
So it is. It's two people just just chatting shit and having fun doing it as well. Because
we
I don't think people realise like how much fun we're having doing this. Like, it
is.
And I'll tell you the truth. Before every episode, we get in, we sit down, we set up, and we get mega nervous, don't we?
Yeah.
And then as soon as we click record, it's like, boom.
I said that. I said,
I wish I'd been doing this years ago.
Because, like, so we even said for the first podcast, we hit record.
Yeah.
And it was just us going blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Fucking absolutely talking
Transmit.
shit.
Yeah.
For longer than what was even put in the edit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then the next one, like, we tried to structure it a little bit, didn't we?
Yeah.
And we I wrote down, I was like, right, what we're going to say, what we're going to do, like, blah, 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 and all this. And we were like, we realised, like, the best way to be on this podcast. Because we thought the second one
was not very good. Yeah. Yeah.
But then there's a lot of people who said, well, we preferred
Yeah.
the second episode. And we were like, even me, I've been like, oh, okay, well, but we even said at the time, we feel like the best way to do these podcasts is literally just to sit down
And just be us.
Yeah,
That
it's a real.
yeah. We
Not that we weren't real
last
in the
week,
second
yeah.
episode. It was just a case of
We forced a lot of conversation where I think the whole point of this podcast was the fact that me and you have good conversation, and we should just let that flow rather than try to say like, and then we'll move on to this subject.
Yeah.
No. If something comes up and a subject comes up, like in the middle of this whole interval here between the main event, what we just talked about has come totally off the cuff, and we've actually hit on some like
good point,
good issues. Do you know what I mean? Like
100%.
some good points. So
it's a relatable issues that a lot of people who will be listening can relate to what we're saying.
Hopefully, yeah. That's like I said, Nizza, if one person's enjoying this, we'll keep going. To be honest, we're doing this because we enjoy it, not because we want people to see that we're enjoying it.
Right?
That's just a bonus.
And I'm like, when we just talking away, and like, I don't know whether you do, but when me and you just talking away, and I'm just thinking in my head like, this is it.
This is what we wanted.
Aye, it's not like
it's what we talked about for so long, basically.
Aye.
Yeah.
And it's mad.
So now Joshua's walking out, the big muscly beast.
Look
at this specimen. I mean,
technique, what you just saying there.
I mean, they're not going to show in the highlights Ruiz absolutely manhandle him around the ring.
Yeah.
What I'll say about the Ruiz fight, right, a strange one that never gets brought up, is that he was preparing for Big Baby Miller, who tested positive during the build-up to the fight in New York, and then Ruiz stepped in as a alternate, as a last-minute change. He was preparing for if you've ever seen Big Baby Miller, he's a big, fat, like heavyweight, like heavy puncher, in your face. Tune, by the way.
Yeah.
So Joshua had put a lot of weight on, so he came in big, heavy, one bat power.
Yeah.
And then you got Ruiz, who's fast hands, quick on his feet, good footwork. He got outclassed. And this is what I don't get about boxing.
But he came back, and
he avenged it. Whether it doesn't matter. Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you come back and you can overcome your obstacles.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's look at Fury when Fury was Wilder. And he got knocked down.
It's a strange thing, right? And this is, again, I'm not Joshua dick riding, although I'm a Joshua fan. Is that Fury, before the Klitschko fight, was fighting on Channel 5. And he took the piss out of David Ayer for fighting on Dave. He was like, I can't believe you're fighting for free. He'd only fought one pay-per-view when he said that. He was fighting on Channel 5 for free, Fury, against people who, I mean, nobody had heard of Fury, so who was his opponents? Yes, he did a job on Klitschko. He did the impossible, and to be honest, as boxing wise, he's the best heavyweight in the world. 100%. There's no denying that.
I feel.
However,
I do feel.
Joshua,
like
holding all the belts, fighting mandatories, got beat by somebody in Ruiz who's actually overlooked because he was fat, but he was a beast. He's a beast, Ruiz.
Yeah.
So you look at the resumes. every boxing. This is why I don't really like boxing, because every boxing, the first 15 are pointless, aren't they? Really?
Yeah.
And then once you get to the title fights, that's when it becomes a little bit more like actual people. But he's prepared for a fighter, a big fat fighter, heavy puncher. He's put weight on, and then he drops out. He's got another fighter, right?
Who's fast.
What? That is not fighting in my eyes, right? If you watch MMA, people drop out every day.
Yeah.
Fights, and you've just got to get on with it. But you've trained for so many eventualities. To me, MMA is real fighting, whereas boxing, and I know the purists out there will be saying like, "Oh, fuck you, it's the sweet science," and all this, and that's true. To be able to box and win convincingly, someone like Canelo, Golovkin, Mayweather, Sugar Ray Leonard.
Did you see Canelo the other day?
Yeah, do you see the slip? The slip and the slap back.
Yeah, mate. He tried to sly him.
Yeah.
And he just went, whoosh, bang.
Imagine going to a fight with that man now, knowing that you couldn't even sly him.
Yeah.
You can't even sly that man. You can't even give him a sly punch without getting your eye cut.
That must make you feel mentally like it could either make you or break you.
Did you see what was over though?
Because it was something about his mum, wasn't it?
So he called him a motherfucker. So he said it was about my mum, but his English isn't great. So he thought he meant like he fucks his mother.
Because he tweeted, didn't he, saying, nobody talks about my mum.
And then he was in the interview after, he's like, yeah, he called us a motherfucker. And then all the comments like, is somebody going to tell Canelo? That's not what it means. This is brilliant. So all of that is over and nothing. It's lucky that wasn't in the presser leading up to the fight, because Plant would be out with that cut. There's no way he could fight with that cut, because it would just
he not?
Well, no, it would get opened up again straight away in the fight, first punch. So, but that's not till November. It's not another month and a half away.
Out?
Go on, Joshua.
Yes. Oh, my favourite Rocky song, by the way. He's coming down to No Easy Way Out. That is.
Who's that against? Club Lang?
No, it's Rocky 4, man. Ivan Drago.
Oh, and he's fighting Usyk.
When he said...
he's fighting the East European.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's definitely why.
Yeah.
Because he's coming down to that, like...
It's set.
Yeah,
set.
Yeah.
The scene is set. Don't get us wrong, I really, really like Usyk. I just think he's fought one fight and then he became the mandatory. I don't understand how he's the mandatory for Joshua anyway, because he's only fought one fight at heavyweight.
Yeah.
He's all of a sudden number one contender. Boxing.
Yeah.
Hashtag boxing.
We were on about that, like, boxing.
Like you look at Leon Edwards in the UFC, who's on
too many titles, man.
10 fight winning streak, and he still hasn't fought for a title, and he's not going to get a fight for a title. He's got to fight Jorge Masvidal before he even gets the title, who's just been knocked out of the champion, which is nuts.
Was it me and you who was speaking about the MMA Super League, like the
So I haven't heard anything more on that since. Like the World Fighting League or whatever it is. Yeah, that's going to be like the NFL but for MMA. But there's been nothing more reported other than the preliminary reports that there's going to be teams around the world, or at least continent teams. Yeah, they all fight in the continents, and then they go to the world finals.
And whoever's the champion is the champion for the year.
Do you know what it sounds like? Warrior with Tom Hardy. They all go to that world competition. It's good on paper.
Whether it works or not.
How there's no money in the UK right now for MMA. So how are they going to get Darren Till, who's making millions for the UFC in America, to come back to the UK and fight in that tournament? And he might get beat on a injury or something like that, and basically ruin his whole career.
Yeah,
is the talent there?
Money.
Is the talent there?
I feel like it's either
if the money's there, it'll happen.
If the money's there, it will happen. But
then Vince McMahon tried to start the XFL to rival the NFL.
Did he?
Yeah, and it was really actually quite a cool concept. Yeah, like really fast paced, no drafts. It was just like buy your players. Yeah, bit like footballers, like you know. And it lasted one season. Everybody loved it, and they didn't get the funds to go another season. It's just UFC's the brand name. UFC already is NBA,
it's
NFL.
The name.
Yeah,
because nobody, because it's not MMA, is it? Really?
not so.
It is for the people who are actually
Love
MMA
it, yeah.
enthusiasts.
Yeah.
It is MMA, but for your average person,
It's the UFC.
it's UFC. Like, have you been watching MMA? A lot of people will go, "What's MMA?"
Well, put it this way: people get really mad when you say, "Do you watch UFC?" Right, and they go, "Well, MMA, yeah, man." But do people ever say, "Do you watch basketball?" No, they say, "Do you watch the NBA?"
Yeah.
People don't say, "Do you watch American football?" They say, "Do you watch any NFL games?" No, yeah. Do you know what I mean? That's do you watch ice hockey? No, I watch the NHL.
It's the brand.
Yeah. It's only in the UK where you say, "Do you watch football?" Because that's our predominant sport. There's not much. There's not much else.
It is mad how much a brand can take.
It's mad what they've done because nobody says, "Did you watch the WBC fight last night?"
Yeah, it's the boxing.
The boxing.
Did you watch boxing last night?
Yeah, exactly.
But MMA, did you watch the UFC last night?
UFC is
apart from
is
Bellator,
yeah,
is only the real.
And I agree with all the comments about Bellator. Like, Bellator is a name. Like, what is Bellator? Like, the worst thing about Bellator is it's actually got some fucking unreal talent, right? And they're wasting it by. I love the way they put kickboxing on. So there'll be a cage, and then they lower the kickboxing. Oh, sorry, there's a kickboxing ring, and they'll lower the cage around it and get rid of the kickboxing ring. So it goes from kickboxing to
Bellator swap
to MMA, like in the same show. That's because there's some kickboxing that is unbelievable. Demetrius Johnson, who was UFC flyweight champion, is about to fight a guy called Rod Tang. I can't remember his first name because he's Thai.
Isn't he doing like
first round's Thai?
Yeah.
Or first round's kickboxing.
Muay Thai.
Muay Thai.
Yeah.
Second round's MMA. Third round's Muay Thai. Fourth round's MMA. Fifth round's Muay Thai.
That.
That is insane. That's
good.
ONE FC, by the way, but that is what should be happening more often.
Yeah.
That is real combat. Like,
that's when you're testing your skills as a fighter.
Yeah.
Like, because you like
DJ is well rounded as well.
Aye, but when you do MMA,
the only fighter Geth knows is Mighty Mouse, Demetrius Johnson, because he streams on Twitch also. That's why.
Yeah, he's fucking really good. No, I actually do watch
combines
him all the
his
time
passions.
as well.
He's good. He's good.
He's really good.
So that, and if you don't know who Rod Tang is, who he's fighting, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, so I'm sorry if it's not. If you don't know who he is, look at some of his fights. Like, he's the Don.
Yeah.
In Muay Thai. Other than, I think, because I don't think it's Muay Thai or it's Thai kickboxing. But like Senchai is the Don in Thailand, like the real Don. But I'm sure it's kickboxing. Is it kickboxing? I'll have to look.
But even
I'll
so, like, that's respectable because what they're doing is they're saying, right, for this first round,
you know, Conor McGregor,
you'll fight on my on my, and then the next one, it's like you'll fight.
Put this way, if Mayweather and Conor fought on that,
aye,
how would that have played out?
That would have been.
It would have been epic.
Yeah.
Right. Just touch gloves. See how we go.
It is right though. If Mayweather and McGregor did that,
yeah, it would be interesting to see.
It would be interesting.
I mean, it'd never agree, right? But
yeah, because
I always get like, he looks light as well. He came in his lightest ever, didn't he, Joshua?
Is it
for this? Yeah, he came in his lightest ever for this, and I think that's because Usyk's going to be on his feet, jab, head move. Ooh, nice fucking left hand straight away. Joshua always looks like, also looks light in his feet though. Like Usyk's always going to be light in his feet. He's going to be quick, but Joshua looks like his footwork to start off with. It's his head movement. He keeps his head on the line all the time.
He doesn't.
It's straight down the middle.
I feel like, you know, like when
look
you watch
Usyk's head there, left to right. Whereas Joshua's just, his feet are moving, but that's the first head movement he's done. And we're what, nearly a minute in?
Yeah.
He throws a jab, but he doesn't move his head when he's throwing the jab.
He's stiff.
He is very stiff. He is a very stiff boxer. But when you're getting so far on a straight right hand, what do you do?
That technique, if you're stiff, if you're stiff and you throw that technique.
Oh, well, look at an engine of a car, right? And we're talking about a piston. A piston fires straight down the panel, right?
Yeah.
And an engine doesn't move around, you know what I mean? It stays exactly where it is. Bang, 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 bang.
constant.
Well, like I said, first round's going to be this. It's feeling each other out, seeing where each other's speed and timing is. Look at me, talking. I could be sitting ringside, mate. Get us on there. Oh, again, that left hand got through there. You know that left from Usyk, but again, he's not a power puncher, Usyk, so that might hurt a little bit. But it's not. He's not like he doesn't knock people out like cold like Joshua does. Look at Usyk's head movement there. I mean, how do you hit that? How do you hit that when the man doesn't stay still? Joshua can't find him, can he? You see him jabbing there.
I know, that's what I'm saying. He's trying to find him, isn't he? He's trying to find where he's going.
Look at him. Oh, mind you, if that catches you,
you're a goner.
Yeah, that left hook there. If you're circling into that as well, that's all it needs as well. Yeah. That one over the back of the head, even if it just clips you.
To be honest, we might look at that. We might look at his and think, oh, he's not moving, but.
He might just be scoping it.
Clever boxing.
Yeah, he might just be scoping it.
Yeah.
Picking his point to the point where he goes, right, that's the right hand now. And he did throw a good right hand there, and it at least got Usyk's respect a little bit. But Usyk looks sharp. Oh, again, that left hand from Usyk. If that catches him on the button, he'll put him down, you know, because that...
Do you reckon?
It's his... Usyk's not a big power puncher, but if your power punch catches someone on the button, they're going down. And that... It's not even catching Joshua's guard. It's like it's going straight through his guard. Now Joshua's fresh now, round one.
Yeah.
Let's see what that left hand. Look, I think it'll show you right here. Probably Usyk's left hand. Bang! That's gone straight through the guard and hit him on the nose. So that's not going to knock him out on the nose. That hits you on the chin. So watch this.
Done it 3 times.
Boom!
There.
Oh, that one was on the chin there.
3 times.
Yeah.
Did it?
Yeah. If that catches him on the that second one caught him on the button there, like so. If he can get some power into that, then. I think Joshua might be in trouble. Like the weird thing is with Joshua's camp, is that I've heard multiple times he's been hurt in sparring or he's dealing with problems in camp, and that brings into question the camp surely, not just not Joshua himself, because he's taking advice from everybody in his camp basically. But again, Usyk looks definitely the flightier. I don't think Usyk will be bothered by the crowd at all. I think when it comes to the crowd and stuff, Usyk's been there. He's a cruiserweight undisputed champion. There's no way he's bothered by the crowd, even if it's a hostile crowd. I mean, he's Ukrainian, for God's sake. Man's been fighting in Russia.
Yeah, he lives for that.
It's Joshua's got the pressure. He's fighting in Tottenham. I always think there's a weird advantage or disadvantage or whatever. Usyk's got nothing to lose. He's a cruiserweight, come to heavyweight, fighting in Tottenham.
Joshua's
got everything to lose. It's same with Ruiz in New York. Joshua went over to New York, everything. Again, it's a little bit of feeling out. I said round 1, round 2, probably a bit of feeling out, and then we'll start to see how the fight's going to go on 3, 4, I think. I actually think Usyk will at least lead the dance in 3 and 4, 5, but I think he makes a mistake as we get past the 5th.
Do you reckon?
Look at the reach as well. Like Usyk's reach is a lot less than Joshua's. Joshua only has to, like, he can be outside of Usyk's range and still put a jab on Usyk's head. He just can't find him at the minute. Whereas Usyk's got to come inside to get that contact kind of thing. Wonder who Mikhail is. Must be his son or something, is it? Do you think?
Who's that?
Mikhail on the back of Usyk's shorts. Must be his son or something.
Must be his son, Well, he said, didn't he say something about he was more worried about his son's birthday or something? Or was this something like that?
Yeah, it was something about his son, but it was something like trivial than Joshua's power or something. The thing is, I'm a Joshua fan. However, Usyk is a whole vibe. Like, the way he lives his life, the way he trains is just like, oh God, I love to be around him. Whereas Joshua,
he's like...
Joshua, I'm just getting behind the British fighter like you should. But in fact, like, we don't really know anything about Joshua, right? He turned his life around. He was a criminal at one point, turned his life around. But what is he actually doing now other than when he's leading up to a fight, he goes, oh, I'm doing some community work. Like,
maybe that might be
that's
because
why a lot of British
further
fans
up north.
maybe
we don't see
true.
that side.
But the reason why the British public got behind Fury is because we've seen the realness of it. He's dealing with real shit like the everyday man is.
But you know, I tell you
Not
what it
just
is.
wheeling
I tell you
quads
what-
down his back street
Did
like
you see-
Joshua is.
Him and Gary Neville walking along the beach.
No.
Have you not seen that?
No.
So him and Gary Neville walking along the beach. And
The
that,
interview.
And it's
Yeah.
an interview, and he's saying to Fury, like they're talking away and all this blah blah, and he's like, and Fury's like, I don't care about money, right?
Yeah.
But Fury's walking along the beach in Versace sandals.
But he's a gypsy. And we know gypsies, right?
Aye.
Or at least travellers, right? We know what travellers are like. And even when they've got no money, they're wearing Gucci flip-flops and all that bollocks, right? So when you're a millionaire, you don't care about the money. But even if that man didn't have no money, he'd be wearing a Versace shirt.
Because he even says in the interview, he says, I'm not bothered. He says, I'll be in that corner there, in a flat. He said, without money, I wouldn't be bothered.
Yeah. I don't.
And then,
I never
but I think myself, I'm like, but I feel like a lot of Fury is about the money and about the, look at me.
Well, he's a prize fighter, and travellers are prize fighters.
Yeah.
So to him to say he's not bothered about the money, he's not disrespecting travellers, and I hope I don't disrespect any traveller community. But when they fight, when they engage in combat, it's for prize fighting. It's for a lump sum money at the end.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's all about the money. Don't get us wrong. It's about honour as well. If that kind of situation arises, it's about honour. But the prize fighters, the good ones, are about the money. And why
he is a prize fighter.
Why would you? Oh, Usyk got him in a little bit of a. You seen him curl up there because when you rush him, Joshua, he just kind of seems to put his hands up and just not fire back.
I feel like he's got that big muscle as well. Like he can just take a lot of fucking shots, can't he?
I don't know. His
If he
chin, mate.
His
chin's not
he
great.
did-
Like,
yeah.
well, if he's getting knocked out in sparring every time, his chin's not
that's the
great.
questionable.
Yeah.
That's always been the questionable thing about
Is can he sustain a
Joshua.
shot? He did against Klitschko. Don't get us wrong. He did sustain a shot against Klitschko.
who would you feel like if, well, it's eventually it is going to happen. So when Fury fights Joshua, who, like,
Again, well, don't get us wrong. If the Fury who came out against Wilder and Wilder Fury
The second
2,
one.
Fury wins that all day
Yeah.
against Joshua.
that's
However-
that's what I think.
Fury Wilder 1, Joshua wins that all day.
Yeah.
If it's the same Fury as that. Because I feel like under pressure, Joshua is not a counter striker. He's a presser. He puts the pressure on you, and when he finds his right hand, that's when you go sleep.
Yeah.
But when somebody's got him on the back foot, he's like, I haven't trained for this. I'm the boss in the ring. And I think that's probably why he gets knocked out in sparring. Because people put it on him, he's like, fucking hell, you're meant to be my sparring partner, not me, not knocking us out.
I reckon.
Yeah, because he's meant to be the one leading the dance. He's meant to be the one walking around, and people are scared of him because he's going to put them in the corner and hit them with the right hand and kill them. But when
it's
somebody's
just
like, I'm not bothered about your right hand, I'll
fuck
come
this.
and get you.
I'll go all out.
But get back to Fury, saying he's not he's not bothered about money. He's definitely bothered about money, or he wouldn't take the money. I know he donated a lot of charity and stuff, but
Yeah.
he's definitely a prize fighter still. He cares about the money, the life he's give his children and his wife, Paris. Like,
why would you not?
why would you not care about the money? That's silly. To put your life on the line. To put your life on the line. This is just a bit of a tussle, I think. I don't think actually any shot was thrown. The thing is, for Usyk, making a dogfight's Ooh, that left hand again, man. See him put it. That right hand. Oh, they both looked at each other there and went left hand, right hand.
Aye.
Nice.
They
Yeah.
hit each other at the same time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he caught Usyk there, and Usyk went, right, I felt his power now, and that was a little bit more than I expected. But why would you not care about the money? The thing is, Fury goes mad at Joshua, right? Joshua kicks out in a tracksuit. He's driving a Range Rover, right? So yeah, nice one. But he's not like,
oh, mate, do you see his leg?
he did get him
His
with that.
leg went jelly there. Look.
Oh, that's clean on the button.
God.
Do you know what? If that's a real heavyweight, he's gone there. You know. Again, I see it.
Oh
Usyk's
my
not
God, that's a power shot.
Oof. That was
That
a
is
good
a-
left hook by Usyk. That,
His,
but it
his
didn't show the one.
legs went
It
there.
didn't show the one right after Joshua comes over the top, hits him, and I think they both looked at each other and went, "Yep."
Aye.
Oh! He tripped.
Oh,
there, I
he's
think
tripped.
he
Yeah,
tripped.
yeah.
He tripped. Yeah. But this is called confidence thing.
Hello,
You
Shadow.
if you trip and you look like you're on the ropes and stuff, and all the crowd's like, "Ooh."
Oh, by the way, I said I would give a shout out to Katie. Katie Wright, the Snazzers lass. She was like saying all night, "Will you please give us a fucking shout out?" Like, so Katie Wright.
Oh yeah, I'll put.
Because she's a proper raver, right?
Well, speaking of rave, I'm gonna stick a SoundCloud in. One of the lads, Mickey's, he's DJ and he's got all his stuff on SoundCloud. I'll stick it in the description as well. So if you want to listen to some real mixing, just click the link.
I was putting the tunes on that. I put Pont Area on that.
Oh yeah.
And she was like, "Oh, Geth, I didn't realise you loved all these tunes." I was like, "Fucking La Danza Feliz and all that." Like, she was good. She was buzzing.
Not many
Anyway,
people
I
know-
said I would shout her out.
Not
so
many
there
people know
you
the
go.
old school, like fucking.
The proper rave. Shadow, are you coming up or not? Nah.
Shadow's watching the boxing as well as again.
Yeah.
Our third man,
Being a nuisance.
our third man in the room, making sure we're doing everything right. So the big, I think Usyk's catching Joshua a lot more here than Joshua's catching Usyk. He's so static, Joshua. I think. I mean, I did predict this. I did
like
say
what we
Usyk,
said,
Usyk would
yeah.
lead the dance in the 4th, 5th, and 6th, but you just want to hope them big shots don't come, because if you can only like that. It's the commentators just said there it's intriguing. It is mega intriguing because you've got a really sharp fighter.
I feel like it's like two opposites against each other.
Aye, it is mega opposites. Oh, that was a good the left again from Usyk. Again as well, it's Southpaw versus Orthodox as well, which is always an interesting matchup to see how many. I think Ruiz is Southpaw who beat him, you know. And I think that's the only Southpaw he's fought up to then.
You would think as well,
Other than bums.
with him being a Southpaw, you would feel like that's who you would train against. Like, if I was fighting a Southpaw, that's all I would get in.
And again,
Southpaw,
that might be why he got knocked
Southpaw.
out, because it's really, really hard for an Orthodox to box a Southpaw.
Yeah.
Southpaws find it easier to box Orthodox than, like, to box against Orthodox than Orthodox find it to fight against Southpaw, if you know what I mean.
Why do you think that?
Because Southpaw is so rare. It's like, it's me and you doing 1, 2, 3, 4, I declare a thumb war, right?
Yeah.
You're always used to fighting other right-handers with your thumb war, right? And all of a sudden you come with a left-hander and it's like, boom! It's a very bad comparison, but I did get the
Oh, I can't believe we
play
just
thumb war.
compared boxing to thumb wars. By the way, if any boxer out there wants a fucking
Sorry.
thumb war, I'll
Sorry.
fucking
Yeah,
take
no,
the lot
no.
of yous.
We'll have his all in the studio, fucking giving you thumb wars. Oh,
Mate,
that one.
he's taking a couple. He's taking
He's catching him. He's catching him.
Aye. But it's what you said though.
Oh.
Look at when he's trying to jab him.
That one there. Boom.
He-
So this
but
is on the
Usyk's-
replay.
He's trying to jab Usyk.
He
And
can't catch him.
His head's just.
Still in the same place. So he's putting his arm out there, leaving his jaw exposed, but he's not moving his head. So Usyk's like, well, every time you put that out there, or every time he puts his right hand out, which is Joshua's power punch, it leaves the right side of his chin exposed, which is a left-hander's dream. Because that's right hand side of the chin exposed, left-hander's dream, clean. And if he can't hit his big right hand, he's missing, then Usyk's got a clean right hand there, ready to go. Oh, that was a good right hand back from Joshua there.
I feel like Joshua's not.
Oh, that was a nice job.
He's not throwing like enough
well,
right.
Yeah.
He's throwing the jab.
Yeah.
But I still feel like
He's
like,
boxing
we're
like
in
he
the
did
fifth
against
round.
Ruiz.
I feel like we're in the 5th round and he's still trying to fail him out.
Thing is, if you can't find him with a jab, how are you meant to find him with your power punch, which is a lot slower.
And you
But-
see it coming.
But 5th round, Usyk already looks slightly more flat-footed than he did in the 4th. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's not bouncing.
Yeah.
He is bouncing a little bit, but same set there. He wasn't setting earlier. He was just constantly bouncing. And then he sets, feet are flat. So it might change, going into the 6th. Usyk's working the body well, though, which is different. I don't think many people have worked the body on Joshua.
I feel like if you're fighting Joshua, I feel like if you can hold out for the whole 12 rounds,
yeah,
you'd beat him on points easy.
Oh yeah,
easily.
Yeah,
but
it's just that one punch knockout
look
power.
at it, like,
Just went the body nice there.
Yeah,
Just went the body nice there. Oh, that was nice head movement. See, Joshua seems like he's settled a little bit now. That little slip there for Usyk's left again. It's whether he can do that, whether that's natural or whether it's trained. Because if it's not natural,
do you reckon
if it's not natural, you'll not do it in a firefight. So if they're both punching, you'll not do it naturally. That's trained to see the person drop and then move to the left kind of thing. Oh, that was a good right. Them things can go. The thing is with Joshua, he can hit you through the guard and you can block a bit of it and it's still going to knock you out.
It's still gonna, you're still gonna take the brunt of it, aren't you?
Oh, it is. I'm not gonna lie. It's entertaining.
I feel like the tide's turning now.
It is a little bit. I think 6th will still be Usyk's.
Yeah,
the 7th. You might be right in the 7th,
Mate,
Usyk looks like look how flat footed he is now. He's not bouncing no more.
I feel like he's
standing static.
Mate, Joshua now looks
so
like
heavy.
A different fighter.
So Usyk is in his. Joshua might be his lightest, but Usyk's at his heaviest, right? And that's a big matter as well. Because being lighter makes you sharper and longer. Being heavier makes you static and that kind of like I'm slower.
Mate, I feel like at the last the last 20 seconds of that round,
Joshua's coming on.
He turned into a different fighter.
So if Joshua knocks him out in the like late 6th or 7th or 8th, we're gonna look like the best fan commentators of all time. Like, listen.
Come on, Joshua, 7th round.
By the way, when we were in between rounds, I just quickly talk about the petrol thing. What I was saying about on my status, right? If you were queuing for petrol right now, panic buying, filling your tank, you're a fucking moron. BBC have told you to go and fill your tank, basically, and it's the same thing they've done for the past 2 years. That's all I'll say on it. They've told you what to do. They've told you what to do. They've made you panic. They've made you panic
with the toilet roll, man.
Yeah,
look what happened with the toilet roll.
Get off. Stop sitting and drinking your brew, listening to BBC News, and just go out to work and listen to your friends and your family and the people who care about you. Right? Fill up your car as normal at work. Yeah. Peace.
It's the same with the fucking toilet roll, man. Can you remember that? That was. I've never seen anything so ridiculous in my life.
Like if it came to the apocalypse.
What are you going to do? Throw fucking petrol off?
I'd rub my arse up a door handle before do you know what I mean? Like, if it came to like Walking Dead. I'm not looking for toilet roll, bro.
What are you going to do? Hide toilet rolls at fucking zombies? Fuck off, man. I'm
nicking a gun from the armory. I didn't say that.
And I'm asking for a second. Jono, sort us out.
Yeah, I'll stand guard. Straight up the motorway.
Sometimes I actually do wish there was a fucking apocalypse. And I feel like
might sort shit out a little bit.
The world would be a bit. Well, I wouldn't say a better place, but
no, not a better place. But it might get rid of some of the bullshit. It might bring us all together again, which is I think is the problem right now.
Yeah,
we're the most divided we've ever been as a society. I think.
I feel like
everybody hates each other. Colours, races, religions, we all hate each other. And there's pockets of people who like us who say like that's nuts.
Because I feel like for people like us, like we've never understood that. Because I know people say, oh, there's systemic racism and all this blah blah blah, but like, well, not blah blah blah, but we don't understand that because we're not the types of people.
Well, we've got a Pakistani best mate.
Yeah.
Our best shopkeeper was Sikh. We also had a Jamaican, like, a heritage best friend, or best friend during school kind of thing. That just shit just never happened.
And
It didn't matter what colour they were.
Like, because I always think to myself, I'm like, am I not looking at it in the right way? But it's because
Right, he's a Jew.
I've never. I've never. Yes, he is. I've seen.
That's not anti-Semitic or anything. He's just got no foreskin.
Yeah. And by the way, that's.
Oh, that was a good right hand by Joshua there.
Oh,
The crowd's getting behind him now as well.
Yeah.
Look how flat-footed now Usyk is. He's just like kind of head movement only, no feet. And this is Joshua's dream. This
I'm telling
to be you static on you, him pressing the action because he knows he's got the power punch. You haven't. Oh, that was a good right hook. That hurt him. That he stepped back there. Yeah,
he backed off.
Look at him. He's chasing him now, but. Or do you know what? If there was a minute left in that,
7th.
I don't know. 7th. Have you got a bet on it? Or not?
Nah, but I wish I did. I tell you what, when Fury Wilder, I had the draw on.
One thing I will say is you look at
I won
Fury-
£500 off that.
You look at Fury Wilder 2, and if that Fury for Joshua now, the punches that Usyk caught him with is a little bit different from a 17, 18 stone man than it is from a 15, 16 stone man, which is something that Joshua's just not addressing in his camp. He's not addressing the fact that he keeps getting caught with punches.
Yeah. I feel
Like Fury doesn't get caught.
We look at Fury, right? He was his best mate who was his coach.
Yeah.
And he went,
He sacked him off.
listen, you're my best mate, but
And they've only got
you're
good
not-
things to say about each other.
He's like,
Yeah.
you're not right for
What I want to do.
for what he
Oh,
wanted
fucking hell,
for
they're straight in the action,
for the second
Yeah.
fight. And look what happened. He
Yeah.
came out and he was just like, ba-bang, ba-bang, ba-bang.
Don't get us wrong. I can't remember what he's called, but I think it's Davison. Davison took him around the world and to the unify the titles.
He's his best mate.
Yeah.
And like even when you listen to Fury, he's always saying like, I've got nothing but respect for him.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
For what I needed, it wasn't right.
This is getting sharp now. Like I think Usyk's corner must have told him, look, hey, you need to have more activity to push him back because he's just come out like swinging a little bit. But this is 45 seconds into the round. You know what I mean? Minute and a half in, I think Usyk's going to slow down again.
Yeah,
because it seems like he's getting them first 2 minutes in activity,
and then it's going to him.
And then Josh was picking up his activity towards the last minute, which is maybe he's a little bit too late if he wants to knock him out. It's good covering up by Joshua. That seems like Joshua tries to block punches with his hand, puts his hand out to try and block a punch, which is strange. Oh, big body shot. Oh, that was a big body shot. Usyk moved 2 ways there to get away from him. The jab is better. It's catching every. Oh, left hand, no. Caught him on the nose from Usyk. Southpaw still causing problems. He looks a bit sharp at Usyk. I don't know if he's getting a second wind here.
Happens, man.
I don't know who's won the rounds here, They've been close rounds, I mean, it's in Tottenham, so it's Joshua, and it's boxing.
Yeah.
You look at the Hatton fight earlier.
Cheating sport.
It's a cheating sport. Unless you've got to knock him out in boxing. You've got to knock him out in boxing. Simple as that.
I feel like it's
If you're fighting for a title, you've got to knock them out, or you're going to lose. Oh! Left hand from Usyk, absolutely. I don't know if it just caught him flat-footed. I think he caught him flat-footed because his legs look good. And here he goes again. This is the same as Ruiz. When he gets on the front foot, that left hand was nothing. It wasn't there. That left hand from Joshua.
Look, did you see that fucking jab there?
Oh my lord! Here we go again. Where did he look there?
Fucking shitting himself now.
Usyk's got the head of steam. He needs to get respect back here with a big shot to see it. So Usyk steps back. Oh, Usyk shook his arm out there a little bit weird. Oof. Well, that was Usyk's round predominantly.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, that was reminiscent of Ruiz, where he's seen him stumble a little bit.
Yeah,
he put it on him, and then Joshua just covers up.
I feel like Joshua there, he was like moving towards him too much.
So that was good shot from... Oh, caught him clean on the jaw as well. Oof, that was the one there. I don't think that was...
I think
maybe
he fell.
Caught him a bit flat-footed there. I don't think that was actually like stumbled him. Yeah, it was. He didn't stumble him, but after that was worrying for Joshua because he went on him and he rather than punch back, he just like kind of put his arms in the air like as if to say like, well, I don't know what I'm doing here. And that, when somebody hurts you, that's when you've got to be sharpest.
Especially
do you know what I mean?
Can you imagine the crowd as well? Because the
Again,
crowd was like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah, and both of us were as well.
And you can imagine, like that's fucking how many people was in that arena?
Said earlier, shoot, 60,000. 65,000, I think.
60,000.
It's a Tottenham Stadium, isn't it? So 66,000, isn't it? Maximum capacity.
So that many
But
people.
you've got the ring in the middle.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Imagine what
hearing that.
that sounds like in your ear.
You're gonna, you might hear that to your
Yeah, you're gonna hear that in fucking 3D vibrations. Like
you might hear that. Your boxing man like, ooh, you should get.
I'm fucking
Not taking no punches, are you? Not taking no punches. Slip, dip, and rip.
Nah, to be honest, it's just gonna be a good night, regardless.
I can't wait for me.
It's
gonna be midnight. It's gonna be a midnight.
I really don't like. Look, well, from Monday is
training. Shit. Getting real. It's a bit of inspiration for
I'm
you.
not going to be no alcohol for 8 weeks, man.
Really?
Yeah. Not at all. I've even said
to be fair,
my birthday.
First,
I'm not going to be doing my birthday. I'm not going to be doing.
We can treat that night like your birthday, though.
Joe was like, "Oh, are you coming out for my birthday?" I was like, "I cannot."
No.
Because do you know why? If I do it once, I'll go.
Then what's the point?
I'll do it twice, and I'll do it 3 times. If I'm not going to be fully dedicated to this, what's the fucking point?
Yeah. It's the same thing with the podcast as well. If we're not going to be fully dedicated, what's the point?
Yeah.
Give it your all. See where you're at.
I think when you do something like that, you've got to give it your all, because if you don't, like, it's what like. I always refer back to okay, because obviously he's my brother and we speak every fucking single day.
Yeah.
But he's the same. Yeah. He's he's training for his next fight. Well, I say his next fight, his upcoming fight.
Yeah. How's he got a fight coming up? Was he?
Well, now he's because
for the next championships or whatever.
Yeah. Because he's saying like I feel like if they tell us now, I've got a fight coming up. He was like, I'll be more dedicated.
Yeah.
And I was like, he said, me and you will just die together. He was like, yeah, we might be at opposite ends of the fucking country. He was like, we can die together.
Tips and tricks and stuff like
exactly. That. We can just do it together and like try and motivate each other.
It's having somebody else in the suck with you. So when it's bullshit and it's shit.
Because obviously if I like what you. Like your reaction there when I said Joshua. I'm not drinking.
Yeah.
You know that's a big thing.
People will be like, people want you to get on the drink just to like say like, come on, get the drink with us. They don't want you to succeed.
I am not going out at all. I don't care if it's christenings or anything.
So
I might pop out like for an hour.
If we do podcasts, are you doing Sambuca sours? Ooh, dilemma.
That was the thing.
We'll have to see. Well, we're not doing a podcast next week.
Because I was thinking to myself,
because I'm away next
Sambuca sours, is that a drink?
Well, it depends on.
It's a shot. It's 2 shots in it.
Yeah, and
I feel like I would
do something else. We'll do something else. I'll tell you what we'll do. The weeks that you're training for your fight, we'll get something else in, and I'll do it with you. So on the podcast, we won't drink. We'll I don't know, peppermint tea or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, but we'll get non-alcoholic Becks in. We'll have a couple of Becks.
Yeah.
Non-alcoholic Becks or something like that.
I was thinking I can still do the 2 shots.
Yeah.
It's like once
Yeah,
a
we'll
week,
do the
once
two
a week,
shots and then
or
we'll-
like, and then like I'll just be on the water.
Yeah.
I'll just be drinking water. Like now, I've got a pint of wine in my hand. It's like
Going out with a bang.
proper northerner crack. I've got
To
a
be
pint
fair,
of wine.
You've only got one gin glass that's close to a wine glass, so I've got a gin
Yeah.
glass full of wine as well, so or at least empty of wine. We'll wait for the next round bell to go, and that's going to be solo while I fill it up. But no, if you're not drinking, I'm not going to sit here and
No, but I
drink.
would, no, but I was thinking
we'll do something else. Shall we
you-
get? Tell you what we get. I get us some kombuchas.
what the fuck is kombuchas?
If anybody knows what kombuchas are, fair play. But I'm going to get me and Geth a can of kombucha each. It's a fermented alcohol to help with your gut biology. It's not alcoholic. You can buy it just in a normal shop. It's not alcoholic, but because it's fermented fruit, it ends up turning into slightly alcohol, so it might have a little bit of give you a little bit of a dizzy effect. I took one on a night shift before. I drank one on a night shift before. It's like full of like good bacteria, basically fermented bacteria and stuff. Really good for your gut, but it gets you a little bit. It feels like you're a little bit tipsy when you haven't drank alcohol. There's
Does it feel like a batty buzz?
a bit like that. Yeah.
Aye.
So, we'll have a doob. Nah, I'm only joking.
Nah, I said. Do you know what it is as well?
Love some
Because
mushrooms.
because when I drink, I smoke,
Aye, that's makes it
and it's
twice as bad.
just like it's all them little not on the things,
It's
not
getting
on
rough.
things.
This fight. It's getting like mucky. I think.
Ninth
Do you know
round,
what?
though.
I don't know who's winning this fight now. You know, I think Usyk's definitely looked.
But
the better fighter-
The commentators just said there. He feels like Usyk's winning this round.
I think he's won more rounds than Joshua has, because he's more active. Or at least I don't know. It works too much in boxing, but like significant punches, Usyk's had more. Joshua's throwing the jab out a lot, but it's not really effective.
Oh, here we go. The hug.
Joshua doesn't swell too much either, so I don't know if Joshua's being hit hard or because he's. Oh, that was a lovely little slip left hand. That was a lovely little slip left hand.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like it's a very fair fight.
Yeah.
I feel like Josh is kind of shocked of how far it went. Like we're in the 10th round now, and I don't feel like he was expecting to go this far. I feel like as well. Do you know? So Joshua's stamina. I feel like that could be his downfall as well. Especially against a fight like Fury, a fight like Fury who trains to fight for the 12 rounds.
Yeah.
I feel like Joshua trains to knock out.
Well, and that's the problem, innit? If you expect your opponent out there in the 4th round, what are you preparing for there? Because when somebody doesn't go down or you can't catch them, where do you end up in the 10th, which is where we are now. But Usyk's come out again sharp. He looked a little bit suspect in the 5th and 6th, but looks like he's got his jive back. Like, whereas Joshua, you see him leaning on his back foot. He's like leaning on it as if he's like. Whereas Usyk's front foot only, bang 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 bang. Joshua's just like sitting on his back foot, like he doesn't want to get involved.
The commentator Joshua needs his last 2 rounds.
Yeah, I think he does as well. Like, I think Usyk's on points here, but again, we're in Tottenham and it's an Eddie Hearn card, so it doesn't matter. It's boxing. We've got to remember that doesn't matter.
I don't understand how the whole point system works. Anyway, I wouldn't even begin to.
It's total bullshit, man. It's absolute bullshit. To be honest, I mean, nobody knows how they score the actual fights. It just happens. It's like, oh well, that was a robbery, and then they go to the next fight, and everybody buys the next fight.
Yeah.
Happened
I
with,
don't
happened with
understand
Mayweather in
that. Oh,
Vegas
Yeah.
plenty of times. Canelo, against Golovkin, possibly.
Aye, that, yeah.
The only man who would ever beat Canelo, by the way, Golovkin, and he won that first fight 100%. The second fight, yeah, all right, I'd have Canelo, but the first fight
You
definitely
got to
Golovkin.
question the steroid abuse as well.
Well, he's been banned, hasn't he? He's been banned for eating Mexican meat, Mexican meat, all that shit. Oh, that horn meat
That hard, mate. Good shit.
makes you big and strong. The Trembolone cows down the fucking the Trembolone cows down the farmer's field there. Okay, they're all on. Everybody's on steroids. They are.
Not me.
The
I
elite,
can't
the,
have
no, I mean like
steroids.
the elite fighters. Like they're all little.
Oh.
Oh, he's got him out here.
Oh,
Cut the eye.
He's cut him, aye.
It's what Usyk's got in the bank now. Who is he as a person now? Oh, Joshua's like a little bit red around the nose and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, he's throwing
my
bombs
God.
still. He
He's
switched stances there, which
thrown.
was nice as well. Usyk there, switched stances there.
He's slow as fuck there, Joshua.
Joshua,
See
he's
that
heavy,
fucking...
heavy. Now's where one punch matters. If he catches Usyk with a big
Have
one.
you seen Joshua's eye there? Look, his eye.
Oh, he swelled?
Oh, his eye.
I've never seen him like that. Left hand. That's from the left hand. That I've never seen his eye.
He's swelled up.
I said
like
a round
mad
ago.
there.
I said a round ago. I've never seen Joshua swelled. I don't know how he swells. Let's have a look. Oh my lord,
Mate,
that's the worst he's ever looked. Basically, even when Ruiz knocked him out, he had like rough eyes, but not swollen. Oh, listen to the corner now. Stay behind the jab again. Stay behind the jab. I don't think the jab's worked all fight, so stay behind the jab doesn't really work to me. I think he gets into a war. He's got to get into a war.
I feel like he needs to get rid of them. If he wants,
I think he's still listening. He's still listening to Olympic coaches who are all about like jab, 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 win the fight, win the points. They're not fighting Olympic fighters anymore. They're fighting animals from around the world, like animals who never fought amateur fighting.
Yeah.
He needs to tell the truth to his fighting now and say, look, I think you're down, man.
You
get into a war.
Fighting,
you're the biggest puncher of the heavyweight division. Fucking get into him. Not stay behind the jab. You've stayed behind the jab all night and your eyes bust open.
I feel like there's too many
yes men.
The Dan fucking the
too
Dan
many
see
yes
it.
Men. That's what Fury said about the Ruiz fight. He's like he's got too many yes men in his camp.
Yeah.
Oh my
oh my god. Oh mate, I thought he was gone there.
He's still coming on Usyk. I mean, if Usyk takes out Joshua here, Jesus, what that does for the heavyweight division, I don't know. Because I think Usyk's a good matchup for Fury. He's got power, but he's quick, and he's a smart boxer.
Yeah.
So I think that, and they're both southpaws, I believe. So I think that's a good matchup, to be honest. It's probably a better matchup than Joshua and Fury, even though I'm a Joshua fan.
It's, to be fair, it's actually been a really good. It's been like a.
It's competitive. It's been competitive
really
every round.
Fight.
I don't know. To be honest, I think Joshua's down, but I don't know. It's maybe between one round. Like he's one round down.
He's going for it. He's going to try and go
He's
for
got
it.
to.
Yeah.
Just swing some bombs, man. You're the biggest puncher in the heavyweight division, other than Wilder, really.
He's got to, hasn't he?
Against a cruiserweight, and you're getting bust up.
He's got to hit him.
Yeah, he's got to catch him and get some respect, so Usyk doesn't just come on the front foot. Oh, but that's it. He can't catch him though, can he? That big right hand there, that cannon that he always lets off. It's just not there.
I feel like
Usyk's too quick.
Maybe he's too quick. I feel like the only way this is going to go is if he catches him.
Yeah. Usyk makes a mistake.
Lucky one.
But again, one mistake by Usyk and it's game over, isn't it? That's how it works. That's the thing, and he's now worrying that if he gets another left hand, that's going to hurt his eye badly. He's still moving well, Usyk. He must have took a rest on round 5 because he looked dog shit.
He looked aye.
But to be honest, every other round, I think he's won. I think he's about. If it goes to the 12th, and if Usyk won the 12th, I think he's like 10-2 up on rounds. Honestly,
I don't know what that means.
So he's won 10 rounds. Joshua's won 2.
1-2.
The 2 that Usyk basically took off. But other than that, Usyk's been the aggressor.
Yeah, he has.
He's landed the punches that mattered more. That's if Usyk went on to win the 12th. If Joshua went on to win the 12th, then I see it as 9-3. But unless there's something big that happens, if Joshua gets a 10-8, then that changes things, and then the tide turns. But I feel like Joshua's well behind. I feel like his corner. I feel like his corner should be telling him that it's not sit behind the jab. You're getting beat.
Should be like Mick in the corner. Rock, you're a bum. You're a bum, Rock. Get out there and hit him, Rock. Like, no, but that's what they should be saying, isn't it?
He's come into the Rocky theme tune.
Exactly. You should be
not the theme tune. Sorry,
Mick in the corner should be fucking telling them like, this is what you're doing, and you're fucking shit. So go out now. Like that. Look, for me, right? If that was you, so if that's me, right, in fucking November,
yeah,
and you're in my corner, I want you to be going, oh mate, what you fucking doing? Right? You're absolutely fucking shit. Get out this round and try and smash the cunt all over.
Sometimes you need the truth. And if it's the early rounds, you stick to your game plan. When it gets to late rounds and you're losing, then you need to be truthful.
Yeah.
That's when you need to be truthful.
Fucking get out here now and smash the fucker all over.
That's well. Because
if he's just trying to play for the game plan.
Yeah. In the 12th round when he's losing.
Fucked.
He hasn't got enough rounds. It needs to go 20 for him to win.
It's the final round, so it's
this is it.
I feel like they're going to go for it.
I feel like it's all the...
I feel like Usyk's going to go for it, yeah.
I feel like Usyk could just cruise this round. But he wants to knock out the champ.
Yeah.
Because he's in London. For him, he probably thinks I need...
Yeah.
He probably thinks I need to knock out the champ or I'm going to lose this. But I don't think anybody's in agreement here that Usyk isn't unanimously winning by now. What's that there? 107, 102. Jesus. So what's he got? 4-8. So he's got him 8-3 now. So he's given Joshua 3 rounds. The commentator.
Oh.
So yeah. So he's got him. If Usyk won this round, he's got him 9-3. Basically, I've actually got Usyk 10-2 if Usyk wins this round. So I've got him more than the commentator has.
Which you're not getting paid by Eddie Head, no?
I'm not. One thing I will say is I had Joshua pick coming in, but Usyk, Jesus, he has fought the perfect fight against. Look at that left hand again, man. I didn't realise how good Usyk was. I probably haven't watched enough of Usyk, but he's beat him up. Yeah. He's absolutely... Joshua hasn't landed a punch in about 2 rounds. I don't think.
Boxed his head off.
He's boxed his head off. That's exactly what it is. He's absolutely boxed his head. Look at that right hand, the jab, bang. Right.
Look at that there.
He's one now doing it, Joshua. He wants out. He wants out there. He wants a way out.
Man, class that, like.
Do you know what? Like, that cut in Usyk's head looks more like a headbutt than a punch. It's like a slice down his forehead.
He's hitting him though.
He's still
with every punch. Like there.
Joshua's eyes. Look at his eyes there, man.
Slipped and hit him.
The thing is with Joshua now, he hasn't got the heart to just go, right, well,
fucking
let's have it then.
Getting beat.
Let's have it. Give us your fucking best. I'll give you my best, and we'll see who's the man.
Yeah.
He just doesn't have that in him. It's just jab, right hand.
Because if I know that I'm losing that, I'm gonna say to him, get in this fucking middle. I'm gonna fucking smash your head off.
Usyk's just muscled Joshua off them there. Like he's like a bit of a Klitschko clone. Like the jab, right hand. Look good doing it. Look clean. With this fight he has been anyway. He'll have a rematch clause anyway.
Why isn't he not just going, fuck you, I'm going to step in and just...
I'd like to see Fury Usyk though, because I think, oh my lord.
Oh, he's going to knock him out. He's going to knock him out.
Is the bell gone? The time's gone.
He's going to knock him out. Oh my god.
That's Usyk for me.
Yeah,
like, Usyk all day.
Mate.
If Usyk doesn't win this, then I'm never watching boxing again, and we're just doing UFC.
Oh mate, I thought he was going to knock him out there.
Like, but Joshua's laughing on the ropes. Like, he's done well to not get knocked out. He's got him beaten up. Like who's in his corner now, telling him that he's done well there?
He needs to do what Fury did and say,
I think he needs a shake up as well. He's been knocked out in sparring, leading up to 2 fights, and they've got people telling him to sit behind the jab in the 11th round when he's getting beat. Sit behind the jab. Just keep sticking that jab out there. He knows he's lost there.
yeah,
I think
he
he knows
does.
he's lost.
I feel like
Look, his corner know he's lost. The corner are tapping him on the shoulder like they know he's lost, right? So why are we giving them the advice to sit behind the fucking jab?
he knows, doesn't he? He's looking at him. You can see he's shaking his head and he's fuming. Nah, he needs to get
A lot of
like
fucking yes men in
in
his
my
corner.
opinion,
Yeah.
get rid of them and shake it up and find someone new.
Go to someone who's going to check him.
Yeah, who's going to fucking teach you?
Yeah.
Like, you don't do this when
Teach
you're
them the
with me.
fundamentals as well. Like, if you got to bite down your mouthpiece now and again and just start swinging. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you do
You
have to
would-
go to war. I mean,
you would think
I'm
that
sitting on a couch
Yeah.
with me glass of wine, saying you should bite down your mouthpiece now and go to
after
war.
the Ruiz fight,
He clearly hasn't learned from his mistakes.
nah. You would think that he would have had a shake up after that. I would have had a shake up.
If Usyk is now, fucking hell, like basically other than WBC undisputed champ. That's
Usyk
mad.
Fury. That's a good
No.
fight. That's a good fight.
Usyk is unified cruiserweight, and all he needs now is a WBC, and he's unified heavyweight. He'll go down as one of the greatest higher weight fighters of all time.
Yeah.
Surely.
He's got to win that. If he does, honestly,
I mean, there'll be a rematch clause like there always is with Eddie Hearn. So he's got to fight him again before anything else happens, which is bullshit. Boxing again. Like, if Usyk wins here, he should go on to fight the winner of Wilder Fury.
yeah.
100%. That's what should happen. And then Joshua should have to fight somebody who's in the ranks to get back to that title fight again.
When
He give up.
as well.
He give up
Usyk
Joshua
there,
there.
look at that there. He
Yeah.
went for it.
Yeah. And look at Joshua there.
He wasn't even bothered if he got knocked out there. He was going for it. He was like, I'm going to try and knock you out in this last fucking minute.
Joshua sticks his tongue out and throws one shit right hand. Right? That's the difference. Look, watch this, right? Usyk's going for it. Last round. For your fight your life. And then what happens to Joshua? Sticks his tongue out and then throws a shit right hand. That's it. That's all he did.
Didn't even try and go for it.
Nah. There's no...
I think he knows. Mate, honestly.
If Usyk, I'm telling you now, if Usyk loses this, we'll never cover boxing again.
Nah.
Nah, because there's literally no point. There will be a rematch, and Joshua might make the adjustments in the rematch like he did against Ruiz. Fair play, and we'll watch that if it is a rematch.
Yeah.
But if Usyk doesn't get the decision here, right, here we go, decision. Oh my lord. Unanimous.
It was
Usyk. Unanimous. Oh my lord.
And you?
That's nuts! I can't believe Usyk is now...
Maybe he boxed his head off. He actually boxed
But,
his head
yeah,
off.
I can't believe it from the fight, but I can't believe it from before the fight that Usyk is now undisputed cruiser in Tottenham. He's just done what Fury did to Klitschko there,
Yeah.
to Joshua. So,
He did actually box his head off.
so the third cruiserweight champion to ever get a heavyweight title, and that was David A. was one of them.
Yeah.
Where does Joshua go from here? No, we're there. I do need to caveat this, right? Ruiz got beat by. Ruiz is when Ruiz fights his next fight, you're going to see how good Ruiz is because
Yeah.
he's going to demolish his next opponent. Ruiz is a top heavyweight, right? So he got beat by him. He avenged it. Usyk, yes, he is a cruiserweight, but at the same time, he's the best probably other than David here, probably the best cruiserweight that's ever lived.
Yeah.
Right. Or at least one of the best cruiserweights that ever lived. There is other top contenders, but modern boxing. So the modern setup. So he's lost to Usyk. Now Fury will be big on social media now. Like, oh, he couldn't even beat a cruiserweight. I would be interested to see Usyk versus Fury now.
Yeah.
I'm more interested in seeing Usyk versus Fury than I am
Joshua.
seeing Usyk versus Joshua 2. Because personally, I believe Usyk versus Joshua 2, Joshua's going to win and make the adjustments like he did before.
Yeah.
And he's going to be boring, box him off.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see Usyk versus... basically, Wilder is just as big a puncher as Joshua. It'll be interesting to see Usyk versus Wilder.
Yeah. They should all just... They should...
So just go at it.
Aye.
Just go at it.
Oh, I'll fight... Do you know... That's what they should do. I'll fight you, because I want to be the best.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
I think it's open now, isn't it? It's open now. So he's on about the rematch now. He's obviously speaking Ukrainian, so we'll wait for the translator. The rematch is definitely in the clause, surely.
Okay.
Why do foreign languages always take so long to speak? Right, we're there. He's translated, jumped all over in the ring, so he must be his mate or something. Oh, God. Is there a rematch? That's what we want to know. What's your Kieran said?
Okay, he said was... He texted saying Fury would beat him, I think.
Joshua.
Bigger version of him. Fury's a bigger version of him.
Of Usyk, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd like to see Usyk Fury.
Man, that's a fucking...
Because that's going to be a
great fight.
That's going to be a real boxer's delight.
Joshua Wilder, right?
Yeah.
That'd be good.
That'd be good. That'd be
two
bombs.
heavy hitters.
Well, to be honest, I think Wilder knocks Joshua out.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, 100%. Because one punch into Joshua that hurts him, he just covers up and just gets beat up.
And Wilder is a fucking heavy hitter. He's to be honest,
real heavy hitter.
And I don't like. Obviously, I wouldn't claim to like be a fucking boxing expert, but I feel like he's probably, if you took the four together, I would say Wilder's probably the heaviest hitter.
Wilder's easily the heaviest hitter on the planet.
Aye.
Like, other than him and Francis Ngannou from UFC are the heaviest hitters in the world.
If you can take him, if you can like what Fury did, right? If you can take a punch off him, and get up the way that he did.
I had this argument with someone the other day.
So
that Fury punch, right? Fury was already on the way of slipping that, and he kind of caught it glancing. It wasn't like a clean punch. And I do believe, honestly, that Fury made the most out of that to rise from the dead. But he rose from the dead. I don't think he was knocked out. I think he took a minute to realise where he was. He was stunned. Don't get us wrong, definitely dazed.
Yeah.
But he just took a minute to compose himself and think about what he was going to do when he got up. Because as soon as he got up, he was jab, jab, jab back, moving on his feet. People who are knocked out don't just jump on the feet and jab, 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 move around. They're still wobbly. They're still moving around like dazed. They don't know what to do. They get pinned in a corner. He was slipping Wilder and everything when he got back up. He wasn't knocked out there. He just took a minute like a professional. Like when they take a knee.
He just went, aye.
He just said, right, I'm going to lie here. But because he sat up like he did, it was like, what?
Like, put the Undertaker's fucking music on him. Like,
it's the way he sat up that everybody was like, and then he's just lived off that. Not lived off that, but he's added to that by saying, like, he had his own. So, I mean, no doubt there'll be a rematch between Usyk and Joshua. Fair player. Usyk he's just beat him up basically. We were saying that, and he's just beat Joshua. He's just beat Joshua up basically.
He's boxed his head clean off.
We've got Wilder Fury next, and I'm guessing probably a fourth fight if one of them loses. Oh my God, boxing is boring. Well, that's what happens in it. It's like,
excuse me.
So if Wilder wins, it's 2-2. So what we do? Do we do a fucking fifth fight? Like, oh my God, man! When does this end? If Joshua wins this convincingly, like if he boxes him for 12 rounds, because with the Ruiz fight, he was an alternate, right? So he's a step in. So yeah, all right, he beat him in the rematch. You're a step in. You don't get a rematch out of that. Usyk's just beat him up for 12 rounds, and he was a scheduled fight.
Yeah.
if Joshua then beats him in 12 rounds, what Usyk surely has in his contract that I want to fight Joshua for the third time. So then we see Usyk Joshua 3, and then we see Wilder Fury 4, and then it's just like, oh my god, boxing is shit. It is though. No, don't get us wrong. Boxing isn't shit. The way boxing is
the way that it's
authorized is
managed.
shit.
Aye.
Whereas, so tonight you're going to see Valentina Shevchenko versus Lauren Murphy
By the way,
for the flyweight title by Valentina by murder. By the way,
that shit, that
nobody will ever beat her.
nah,
In that weight class. In that weight class,
animal.
I want to see her fight Amanda Nunes again. And then
You want to say about a man?
no, Amanda Nunes. Basically,
I was thinking, can you step up that?
so
line?
the weight above us champion, she's already fought her twice, and it was like Amanda Nunes has dominated everyone like Valentina has.
Yeah.
The only person who hasn't dominated like Valentina has is against Valentina. And Valentina's like mega light compared to Amanda, but it's been even fights every time. So I'd love to see them two fight again. Well, then who's the main title fight? Ah, man. Volkanovski versus Ortega for the featherweight title.
Oh, is it?
It's Max Holloway's title anyway, so fuck Volkanovski. No, I like the Volk. He's going to demolish Ortega as well, unless he gets stupid and gets caught in a submission, because Ortega's nasty with them submissions. But he said something earlier, and it was like, I'm a professional. This guy's a steroid cheat, because Ortega's been caught cheating before. So that's one. So them two fights, right? So if Ortega gets beat by Volkanovski is new, right? Max Holloway's got a fight coming up. If Max Holloway wins this fight, he fights the winner of this fight. Simple.
Yeah.
Right? He's dominated his last couple of fights. If Ortega wins, Max Holloway dominated Ortega when he defended his title against him. Holloway will fight Ortega and probably dominate him, right? Because that's what happens. If you win the title, you don't then just rematch.
You fight the next best thing.
So Volkanovski did rematch Holloway, but because the first fight was actually like, well, I think it was Holloway's, but Volkanovski got it, and it was so close. Like, either way, you couldn't. I'm a Holloway fan, so I thought it was Holloway's fight, but Volkanovski fans would say it was Volkanovski.
Yeah.
They fought again, and to be honest, again, I thought it was Holloway's fight, and it was mega close. But Volkanovski was like, I can't keep. We're evenly matched. He even said we're evenly matched. I can't fight him for the rest of my career. Because I'm the champ. Like, I want someone else.
Yeah.
So we went on the Ultimate Fight with Ortega, and they've just done the Ultimate Fighter series, and then this is the pinnacle tonight. So there's some good fights on that card as well. Nick Diaz's return. I can't wait for that. I'm worried because there's been a big build up for Nick Diaz's return, and he just looks like old and slow in everything he does. Like, kind of, he's been out for 5 years on a weed suspension.
Yeah.
I just feel like he looks
mad that though that they would.
But it's legal now, so fighters can smoke weed now.
That's
if
what I'm saying.
now.
It's mad.
As long as it's not on fight night.
It's mad how they would bar him off.
5 years. Basically, somebody who was fighting for the title is now. It was banned 5 years. Now and a year ago, his brother was smoking weed on stage 2 days before the fight, like in a vape pen. It's fucking mental.
Strange. That
Whereas steroid cheats come back after 9 months.
There's going
to be issues.
Yeah.
So right. So like we said, it's going to be probably Josha-Usyk again, and probably Wilder Fury 9 and Josha-Usyk 12. Before it'll be 2035 before Joshua and Fury actually fight, and then neither of them will be champions, and they'll both be like old men with grey hair fighting on a Jake Paul card probably.
Yeah, probably.
That's the reality of it.
But to be fair, I've actually really enjoyed.
It's been a good. I've really
enjoyed this.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed it. I have, and
more than what I thought I would.
Yeah. So another insight before we started. Get the beat in the Sunderland match today. What was the score?
We won 1-0.
With two of the lads.
Up the Dan Nail and Carl Winchester.
Get the beat in the footy today with two of the lads. And they were sat here and they were like, we were questioning whether it could sit in the background, right? And I was like, all right, just I'm not bothered, because I didn't know how this was going to go.
Yeah.
And I'm glad. I'm glad them two, they both decided like, no, we'll let you do
Nah,
do
I
your
decided.
thing. Yeah.
Because I was like, get fucking rid of the cunt. Nah, not get rid of the cunts, but
It'll be problems.
It's not that. I feel like for like what we do, we do it well together.
Yeah.
When
that's
it's
true.
just us. So why
try and
change
fix
it?
Why try and fix something that's not broke?
Because
Yeah.
I know like what Josh is like.
Yeah.
And you know, we
It'd-
spoke about this last week. He's a
it'd have
joke.
been
He's
funny.
a joker.
It'd have been funny for
It,
some
and it
people.
might have been funny for
Yeah.
people that like listen in the background, but I feel like it would have been a little bit unprofessional.
But yeah, so and we came, we sat down, we were like, we're just going to do the Joshua fight, and it's been actually quite eye opening. We've probably one of our longest podcast episodes ever. If you
I feel like as well
So-
the before we even got onto the
Joshua fight, we covered so much.
we covered
Yeah.
good.
So we basically had a BS Fridays and a bit of a sports
Yeah.
special wrapped into one.
And it was good. I've enjoyed it.
I'm sorry if you tuned in for the Joshua fight and you got all that. I hope it maybe's interested you a little bit. But if you didn't tune in for the Joshua fight and you got that, then happy days either way. It's good crack.
I've enjoyed it, brother.
I have as well, bro.
I actually really fucking have.
Yeah, happy days. So next episode is our first guest, and we'll say nothing more.
Yeah.
Right?
We'll just keep it that.
We'll keep it at that. So next episode, first guest 001.
It's going to be a good guess, and that's all you need to know.
And that's it. Right. So we'll see you then. Thanks for listening again.
Peace.
Peace.